is a Miami Sports Music Podcast Network production.
What you just said is one of the most integrity at no point rambling coherent response.
I told him.
Everyone in this room is now dumb for having listened to it. I award you no points, and may God have mercy on your soul.
This is the #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. What is up, ladies and gentlemen? It is your boy, Stephen D, and we are live. That's right, live on this beautiful Tuesday. Want to say good morning to my Clock Blockers, Finn's family, and Finn Laws. How y'all doing out there? Messed up a little bit with the start of the show today, but that's okay. That's okay. What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Super excited to be hanging out with y'all this morning. I have my brother from another mother in the building. Rogue's in the background. I'm going to go ahead and put it in the background here. I'm getting feedback from you here, Roach. Let me put you in the background. I don't know what's going on. There we go. All right. We're better there. All right. Let's do this. Let's do the rundown. Good morning to my Finn Laws and my family. Super excited that I'm hanging out with you all today. I'm your host, Stephen D. Super excited about that. You can follow me on social media at Stephen D. SKPL. Spread kindness, positivity, and love. Make sure you all do that. You can also follow Miami Sports Music on social media at MIA Sports Music and also at Miami Sports Music. Okay? Make sure y'all do that. You can join us, sign up to become a member today. There are plenty of seats waiting at the table for you. We'd love for you to sign up and become part of the family. If you want to do that, we want that. Okay. Sign up today, become part of the family, become part of the family. Like I do in my Vin Diesel voice all the time. The link is in the description below. I was trying to find it, but I just found it. So there you go. Let me go ahead and put it in the chat. Can we get 3 new members on the show today? 3 new members. That's what I'm talking about. Come on. Make sure you all do that today. Hey, on your way in, hit the like button if you haven't done so already and subscribe to the channel. Why aren't you subscribed? Huh? Subscribe. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe. It's free. Hit the like button and subscribe. Okay? It helps the channel grow too. Hey, if you want to help the channel grow monetarily, there's a few different ways you can do that. Number one, you guys can help the channel grow by donating using the YouTube Live Super Chat. Or if you're rewatching this, the YouTube Live or the YouTube Super Thanks. Make sure you all do that too. You can also donate through using Cash App, which is $MSM Podcast Network. And also you can use PayPal, which is also MSM Podcast Network. You can use the QR codes that you see on your screen. I want to give a big shout out to our sponsors of the show. We have amazing sponsors. I need you all to understand this. They help in their own different ways and how they go about doing things and supporting the channel and supporting you, the listeners, with opportunities and things to do. So I want to give a big shout out to ZSM Sports, our sports memorabilia. If you need, cards, jerseys, balls, and hard to find items, reach out to ZSM Sports. Reach out to Zach. Let me tell you, Zach is absolutely amazing. He can get you anything you want. Make sure you go follow ZSM Sports today, okay? You can follow them. You see them on all the social media platforms, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, and you see their usernames there. You got ZSM-Sports on Facebook. You got @SportsZSM on Instagram and @ZSM_Sports on Twitter. Okay, go follow ZSM today. Want to give a big shout out to our brand new sponsor of the show that we debuted yesterday, Hangry Al's. Aldo is in the comments. He's watching the show this morning. Good food, good mood, craft subs and salads. Let me tell you, Hangry Al's is definitely the place to be. It's in Pembroke Pines in Florida. I will be doing a live show from there this year. But let me tell you, if you want some great subs and some great salads, go to Hangry Al's. It's the best place to go. It's at 16606 Sheridan Street in Pembroke Pines, Florida, 3328. If you want to call Hangry, call Aldo. Okay, 305-279-5332. And make sure whatever you do, this is one of the most important things I need y'all to do. Go follow Hangry Owls on Facebook and Instagram at Hangry Owls. Can you guys go do that right now? At Hangry Owls. Make sure you go follow them today. Okay, make sure you go follow them. Also, want to give a big shout out to our title sponsor. And by the way, Aldo, absolutely amazing. Thank you so much. I'm super excited that you're on board this year. It's going to be a fun year with you as a sponsor of the show. And we got a lot of cool stuff lined up for you. We're going to have discount codes. We're going to do, if the first person to get to Hangry Owls gets a free sub a couple times this year. We're going to do a million different things this year. And Hangry Owls is going to be a part of it. So I'm super excited about it. Tail Greeter is our title sponsor of the show. Want to give a big shout out to Tail Greeter. Tail Greeter is absolutely amazing. You can download the free app today on your current Apple or Android device. It doesn't cost you anything to do. Okay. Make sure you follow Tail Greeter on social media at TAILGREETER. You want to go to the best tailgates around in Florida, Baltimore, New York? Go to Tail Greeter. Tail Greeter's got everywhere you need to be. It's got the best place for you to get the best tailgates around the world. And let me tell you, Dolphin fans are around the world, and Dolphins tailgates are going to be doing amazing things this year. For example, in Baltimore, the Baltimore Beatdown 2022. Make sure you guys are there for that. Dolphins Ravens Week 2. Purchase now on Tail Greeter. We also have tickets to the game. We got 16 tickets left to the game for this thing. Make sure you guys are coming out. Saturday night, we're going to do a free meet and greet. Doesn't cost anything. Who are we meeting and greeting? Each other. There's going to be hundreds of fans coming to that. 7 to 10 p.m. at Jimmy's Famous Seafood, who we're partnering up with for the entire weekend. It's going to be absolutely amazing. Free to come out. Raffle for Dolphins items and memorabilia. Special menu for Dolphins fans, live DJ, live podcast with me, drink specials, and a portion of all the proceeds will go to charity for the weekend. It's going to be amazing. That's at 6526 Hollowbird Avenue in Baltimore, Jimmy's Famous Seafood. And then 2.5 blocks, 3 blocks from the stadium the next day for the game, we're having a huge tailgate, and we're going to have a VIP section for Dolphins fans. It's going to be awesome. All you can drink, all you can eat, a DWA swag bag, live pregame show, the Tail Greeter pregame show, live DJ, of course, and a portion of all the proceeds will go to charity. Anthony, can you just buy the game tickets to the game and not the tailgate? Of course you can, Anthony. I hope to see you at the tailgate. But yes, you sure can. You go to tailgreeter.com, type in Baltimore Beatdown, and there's a few different packages. Game ticket only, tailgate only, and then obviously game ticket with tailgate. Anthony, we'd love to see you at the tailgate too. But yes, you can just buy game tickets. That's there as an option. There's 16 of them left. Okay. That's what we got going on. Let me bring in my producer of the show, good friend of the show. Roach is in the building. What's up, Roach? Take yourself off mute. You're on mute. You put yourself on mute.
There we go. Am I off mute?
You hear me now? Nope. I'm still getting an echo by the way.
Really? That's weird. I don't know why.
Maybe it's me. Is it me? It was me.
It was you?
Hello.
Uh-oh.
See, now I can hear the reverb on my end. We're fixing stuff here. But I can hear my echo. But it's through my thing.
Let me check your YouTube.
But I can't hear you if I turn you down. What do I do, Roach? What do I do?
Well, I'm going to the YouTube to see if it's doing it on there. Or if people could put it in the chat, do they hear an echo?
Do you guys hear an echo? Yep. Caddy says echo.
Who's echoing? Just me or just Steven or both?
It's just me. I'm telling you it's me, Roach. I need to fix something on my end.
Do you have YouTube open?
I do not have YouTube open.
Oh.
I think I know what it is.
What do you think it is?
Hello.
Dun, dun.
Can you hear me now?
I hear you good.
Hello. Yep, I'm still getting an echo. Just Steven echo.
That's so.
I don't know. This is the problems of radio. So here's what I'm gonna do. When I talk, you just put me on mute.
Turn off your Rodecaster real quick. Turn it back on.
But then nobody can hear me.
For like while it restarts, they can't. I can talk.
All right. Well, you talk for 40 seconds.
All right. So I'm on Twitter right now. The news I see we got pictures of players from yesterday on Twitter. We got Preston Williams tweeting out some stuff. That might be something Steven talks about today. And then we got some throws. But his audio is going to be cool. He's going to fix it. It'll just take like 30 seconds to re-go. But here's my question is, so what Preston tweeted, and I'm sure Steven's going to bring it up, just want opportunity, pound SMH, which I'm assuming is shake my head. And I'm reading that as in he's saying he ain't getting his opportunity. I'm interested to hear what Steven has to say. He should be coming back. But if you let me know in the chat what you all think. Do you all think he got his opportunity or is he done? Just wants a shot, he said. Just wants a shot. What else? Preston definitely not making the team, Scummy said. The echo began when you began talking to Roach.
Hello. Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Give me a thumbs up if you can hear me.
I can hear you.
You can't hear. Oh, you can, but I can't hear you. Let me fix the audio.
Try and think.
All right. See, now I'm getting.
Okay. So let me do this. This is called live tech support.
This is live tech support.
All right. Here's your soundboard, right?
Yep.
This is my channel with my sound coming in from you. So wherever my sound comes in on your board, push that green button. Okay.
Yep.
Then hit output routing. Make sure it says mix minus in the middle.
All right.
Is that blue?
It is now.
It is now.
But I still hear the echo.
But does everybody else hear the echo?
Yes. I shouldn't hear an echo.
All right. And then how many bars do you got popping? Like you see how I got my volume controls coming up on my screen?
Yes.
The green. How many channels you got going? Like I got 2. I got incoming and outgoing.
All right. What about now? Yep. Still here.
Still here.
Well, we're just gonna have to.
Well, here's the last thing I can think of is
for a minute, or just put yourself on mute.
Bring in one more person. See if you get a mute from them, or if you get an
I
echo.
want to do this morning, Roach.
I don't know what to tell you then.
How we do the show. This is very. I feel, just so everybody knows, this is the world of radio. We have to troubleshoot things. Somebody wrote me on Twitter. Okay. All right. Oh, see, I don't hear you now, but now you're on mute.
All right.
Now I can talk.
You sound good.
Now I don't hear any echo. So it was you all along, Roach.
So hold up. In the audio settings
all along.
In audio settings on StreamYard, they had a different mic auto selected.
Yeah.
So blame StreamYard.
There you go. Everybody throw tomatoes at Roach. It was all Roach's fault this morning.
Hey, you just learned something though.
We did.
Next time you have a guest that comes on and has an echo, you're like, hey, go to your StreamYards, make sure you're not in multi-channel.
There you go.
Boom.
Okay. Let's hit the reset button, shall we? Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. I'm your host, Stephen D. We got a great show lined up for you today. It is full pad day at training camp. Are you not excited? I am super excited. I was just tagged in this. Let me share it with y'all because it's pretty awesome.
I told him.
Look at that. There we go. Are you not psyched today, Roach?
Yeah.
Boys are at full pads today. It's about to go down.
I think we're going to see
right.
defense shine today is what I think.
Well, that's what we hope, man. That's definitely what we hope. Everybody's throwing tomatoes at you.
Because they don't understand tech. They're tech illiterate.
Sabotage the show. He's a secret Bills plant.
Hey, you can't help ignorance, bro. You know what I mean?
You can't prove that. All right, so there's a few things I wanted to talk about this morning. I saw yesterday just a lot of different things from the standpoint of what the Dolphins were going to do with certain people at certain positions, right? So let's one of the things was how many touches are wide receivers going to have with Jalen Waddle and Tyreek Hill on the field, right? And so yesterday there was subliminal. Did you see what Preston Williams tweeted out?
Yeah, that's what I was talking about when you were resetting your stuff.
So let's talk about it a little bit. So this was the tweet that he tweeted 14 hours ago. Add to the stream. He said, I just want the opportunity. #SMH. Shaking my head. Bro.
What has he had for this whole time?
Stuff that I don't want at all.
But hasn't he had nothing but opportunity with the Dolphins?
So here's from what I have learned or what I have been told through other things is that the way that McDaniel's putting people into the program is he's not throwing everybody in at one time. He wants Tyreek and Jalen to get that timing down. Now, there are other people that are in there. Don't get it twisted. But those are the majority of the guys that are starting to get a majority of the catches this week. Now, it's week 1, right? Yeah. I'm not saying that he's not going to get his chances, but you have to make him count when you do. And I can guarantee you Preston saying what he said on Twitter yesterday is not going to move him up in McDaniel's eye anymore. Yeah.
Well, here's my
issue. It's going to hurt him more than it help him.
How many years has he been here?
Preston's been here for what, 2 or 3 years? Okay.
So would you say our receiving core was top notch those 2 or 3 years?
Say what?
Our receiving core wasn't top notch, was it?
It wasn't.
And he didn't take advantage of that opportunity he had to take those spots. And if he would have done that, they wouldn't need to go get a Tyreek Hill or draft a Jalen Waddle if he would have took advantage of his opportunity and played better.
That is a fair point, Roach. But to be fair to Preston at the same token, right, hasn't been healthy. And we all talk about person's best ability is availability. And when Preston is not on the field, we can't help that. We have to be able to, as a franchise, make sure that whoever's in these positions are going to be healthy and stay on the field at that point, right? Now, I know I'm going to get a lot of backlash. Well, what about Tua or what about Teron Armstead? I got you. I understand it. And that's a fair argument that you'll give me. But I also understand Gesicki, I don't believe, is caught in a catch, if I'm correct, this preseason, this training camp yet. And if he has, it hasn't been anything flashy. Because he knows what he had. Like, Gesicki's not even safe on this 53. And the reason that he's not safe is because the team wants to see him block. So all he's doing, from what I've heard in training camp or what people have observed, are blocking drills and doing blocking schemes. And so this is big. But you don't hear, but I'm sure that Gesicki wants to catch the ball. I'm sure that Gesicki wants those flashy things, right? But we don't hear Gesicki complaining. But we hear Preston complaining. And look, Preston, I met him off the field twice. And both interactions I had with him, great guy. Great person individually off the field.
Sure he is a great person, yeah.
But you can't complain like that on Twitter in a public forum and then go back the next day and expect everything to get better. That's just not going to happen.
Especially when you got a guy like Tyreek in the room with you, who is
Fiction,
basically
touchdown yesterday for Gesicki. Okay, I'm sorry. He had one touchdown. Got you.
Okay.
Sorry.
But you got Tyreek in that room with you, who's obviously he's the leader of the team right now. At least
Mike Gesicki is definitely the leader of this team. There's no doubt about that.
Gesicki, Tyreek.
I mean, Tyreek. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
So I guarantee you, Tyreek's looking at that dude today like, why would you do that? What are you doing? You know what I mean?
Well,
I would think.
This goes to the Tyreek Tua relationship, right? Mm-hmm. Tyreek has invested all this time and effort into Tua. Has Tyreek invested time into other players?
But why? They're professionals. Question. He doesn't need to. He that ain't his job.
I mean, I get that, but understand. Part of a winning organization or a
time
winning
to get off the tit is what they would say back in the day.
See, and I understand, Roach, but you also have to understand that part of the success of a football team is camaraderie and relationships. And if you don't have them with all, I'm not saying, let's get something straight. I'm very aware that there have been Super Bowl winning teams where players have hated each other. There have been movies and documentaries to come out about that. We get it. Understand it.
Yeah. All workplaces like that.
But I understand that a majority of the 53 man have a really good relationship. There might be a few here and there that don't.
Right.
And I'm interested to know Tyreek putting in the time to Tua, which I enjoy and which I think is great and which I think is needed. Is that making some other people on the team feel uncomfortable? And that's a fair question. I'm not saying that it is. I'm not speculating that it is. I'm only going off of Preston Williams' tweet yesterday, which I didn't think was a good thing in any way, shape, or form. And why did he express how he's feeling? He needs to keep his emotions bottled up like the rest of us. I'm sure that, look, there's ways to go about it. Did Preston go to McDaniel and say, hey, man, I want the ball more? I don't know that he did or he didn't.
Right.
Finn's Unity says just want the opportunity to shake. I just think that's what is that? Sarcasm at its finest.
And this is where Tua can come in with his new leadership ability he gained in the few weeks of knowing Tyreek Hill, that he can use some of that. So Tyreek's probably going to tell Tua to go talk to Preston, and then he's going to go talk to Preston, and then Tyreek will go talk to Preston, and that's when you'll see the changes. That's how I think the change, because it's like a mentoring session. Like, we're training a leader, so the leader's going to send the trainee in.
Go to Tua and say, you need to have a conversation with Preston.
Yes, 100%.
I think you're halfway trolling, but I think you're right. I actually
that's how. When I was in Navy, when I was a chief of Navy, we had a new guy, like a new first class comes in. I'd be like, hey, bro, you need to go handle this. You know what I mean? And I'd walk him through it. He'd go do his thing. And then he comes back, I find out he didn't do it right. Then I take him with me, and now we handle it together. You know what I mean?
He's got to learn, right?
Yeah. It's not a knock on Tua. I'm just saying that's like.
I'd be interested to know if that's how they do it. Finn's Tailgate says, Preston is feeling pressure. A man on the outside looking in. New coach doesn't owe him nothing. Plus, he brought in Trent Sherfield and River Craycraft and others. 100%. I need people to realize we are not going to throw the ball the way that they might think that they are, right? Alan, I appreciate it, man. I love this hat too. This is why I wore it. It's one of the old school hats.
Well, and also when you have Waddle, you have Tyreek, right?
Yeah.
And you got the other guys, the new guys we brought in. There's only one football, and if this is supposed 100%. To be this run first thing, that takes away throws. You got Tyreek taking away throws to you. You got Waddle taking away throws. And
it's not even taking away throws either, right? From a run perspective, we have to understand that guys like Raheem Mostert and
can catch out of the backfield
are going to catch the ball out of the backfield. They're going to get passes too.
Yeah. So,
so look, we give Pete a hard time all the time, right? We love Pete. I love Pete. Okay. I'm not going to speak for anybody else, but I love Pete. Pete did say something recently that made me think, okay, he's got a point here. we were talking about Tyreek, and he was going off the deep end, I think, of a thought. But he said one thing that kind of I had to think about. And he said, players get upset when they don't get the ball. What's going to happen when we're a third or halfway through the year and there are players that have not gotten the ball? What's going to happen in those moments? And that is a very interesting standpoint. If through week 1 of training camp, Preston Williams is throwing his hands up because, bro, I just want an opportunity. Just give me a chance. What's going to happen halfway through the year? I have to give Pete props, at least from that standpoint.
He's right, though.
It's a valid question. It's a valid question.
Steve,
right?
Look at a wolf pack. You can't have all alphas in a wolf pack.
You're right. And he brought in a lot of alphas. He brought in a lot of alphas, didn't he?
So that means if there is some semi-alphas here, they got to go. We got to bring in some betas.
And I guarantee you he recruited some of them based on, bro, you're going to get an opportunity here. What do you think he said to Raheem Mostert? You get an opportunity. What do you think he said to Chase Edmonds? You're going to get an opportunity. What do you think he said to Trent Sherfield, the number 1 person he signed before everything? You're going to get an opportunity. How? How is everybody going to get an opportunity? Not everybody's going to get that same opportunity. Not everybody's going to get the same catches.
And that's why you got to find the guys who are okay.
This is a great problem to have. I'm okay with having this issue. I am okay with everything that is going on. But
Scott Jackson.
What did he say? The beta is the quarterback, unfortunately. Scummy says Stephen D is hosting the Twilight Zone Tuesday show. Clock block, 2 guys on the corner, 1 name Pete, 1 name repeat. Pete leaves, who is left? That's actually pretty good, G. Technically, the first signing was River Craycraft. All right, fine, Ian Baller, and you're right. And if that's the case, then what do you think he said to River Craycraft? So, look, there's not going to be enough ball distribution to go around evenly to make everybody happy. So what I hope that comes to fruition is that he basically says, hey, look, all right, hold on. The press conference is starting for Mike McDaniel. Let me share.
But you want an opportunity to go to the Texans. They'll give you an opportunity. You know?
You lose sight of everything. Like national holidays such as that.
I'm going to shut up, but you think he's gonna bring up Preston? Anybody will?
I don't know, but I'm not getting any audio from this guy.
I got it. I can hear it.
You guys can hear it?
Yeah, I can hear it.
I can't hear nothing.
The bottom buttons on your faders.
We don't yet know about you.
Make sure they're all off.
And we saw
They are all
last
off.
night that made me think of this. You're probably what Preston Williams tweeted. Just want an opportunity. Shaking my
Can you
head.
guys hear anything?
A player who wants more chances in practice does
I'm
something
just having
like
all
that.
sorts of technical
Do you
difficulties
say
this
something
morning.
to the player? Do you let it slide?
Boy,
Do you
Sweeto
throw him
Spike
more
says
passes?
he's got
Do you
sound.
bake him a cake? What's your reaction?
Why am I not
generally
getting sound?
when a guy does something like that?
Wait, so those are 2 separate questions, right?
I think I know why.
More in the piggy bank when I-
All right, so can we go back to the first question? Okay, here. To best organize this efficiently, you have 2 questions. First question.
Excellent. Michael Dieter, is he out long term or will he be ready?
No, don't see it as don't have concern right now with the information that we have about the regular season. So we'll just let the week play out and see where he's at the beginning of next week. Next question was,
Can you talk, Roach, real quick?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
What's your philosophy as a head coach? Do you say something?
Try
to him
taking that
say
mix
it's not
minus
a good
off that you
idea,
put
or
on
do
when we
you
were.
just let it slide? And does it affect how many passes you throw him?
so okay. There are the most pressing needs of the football team. I don't necessarily see within social media. And you said, so I don't prioritize that necessarily. I do, however, prioritize and prioritize opportunities for players to follow their dreams. So and one of the things that Wes Welker and I strongly connect on from our journeys, which were the exact same. We were the same athlete, by the way. Is that we hold with a lot of esteem and responsibility, preparing people and giving them opportunities, and it's also the really look at it to the players too, that they understand that every time they're on the field, the way we do things, it's a tremendous opportunity for them as well as their teammates who they're depending on to execute and operate at a high standard. So I wouldn't, people care, people want to do good. So I get that, and I don't really hold much weight to all that.
Mike, there was a lot of talk around the league this weekend about guardian caps and the usefulness, and if they're so important, why don't we only wear them for a couple of weeks, or are they leading to bad habits? Do you have any stance on it? I mean, what do you see from the usage of them? Are guys using them the right way? Do you see the value? I guess just from the first.
Once things become mandate, I try not to let things occupy my brain space, whether or not it's the value of it. It makes sense. It makes sense to me in preparation why it became a mandate. So I don't really operate outside of that debate, just because that's kind of a wasted brain space for me and for the players. So it's rule. You're going to wear them, and so I don't really have a feeling pro or against because of that.
How is Izukama doing?
What was that?
Eric Izukama. How's he doing?
Great question.
The rookie.
You fixed it?
The strife of a rookie in the National Football League is so often underestimated and understated. And you have to realize that the grown men who have been playing NFL seasons for an extended period of time are that have been making a living for their family, and doing so within the confines of a certain scheme. That is a lot of ground to make up when you enter the league as a rookie. So I'll start by saying all players, really, by and large, the biggest thing is getting better all the time. You're not staying stagnant, and it's not if but when you make mistakes, how do you correct them? Rookies especially, I try not to get ahead of myself and look at, well, he can do X, Y, or Z in a month when the regular season starts. It's specifically, and it's no more truer than for rookies, are they improving on things? Are they making the same mistake twice? That's one exciting thing about Eric, is that he is learning a completely new language at a different speed and tempo. It's the rookie trials are hilarious. I don't know why it's not talked about more, but like the speed of the game, the pass rush, you don't have that much time to for the quarterback doesn't have that much time to operate in the NFL game. And 9 times out of 10, every rookie receiver that starts minicamp every single year lines up like 4 yards off the ball when they're off the ball. And it's like, that shows you how far they have to come. And so it is a tough thing to accomplish, to be able to in a short period of time. But I've been very encouraged with how he's handled himself and corrected things, and the mistakes are changing. They're not the same ones, and that's what you want. So I'm happy about that.
How much does that give you? How much does that give you a real sense of the running games with more physical blocking?
So pads is obviously a big deal. It's a big part of football. But one thing that I stressed to the team this offseason, that I think is I truly believe is that if you practice the right way without pads, it's less significant when they come on. That doesn't mean they're not significant. It minimizes how significant it is. So, and I'm very happy with how we practice without pads, because we deliberately approach it as though we would have it. You put yourself in position to either block or tackle. Obviously, it's not the same, and you can't deliver on the force as much. So it is a very valuable valuable thing. I would have been disappointed if I would have really been eager for the pads to come on. Like, wow, we really can get a look at this. I would have been disappointed. I'm not. The players have really owned how they've practiced without pads, so I'm excited. But it's just another step in the process. There are some valuable, run game trench stuff that comes from the backs being able to brace contact. That's super valuable. But and so yes, it does help evaluate the run game from blocking and stuff. I don't expect it to change drastically because of the way that we've approached and attack technique on both sides of the ball.
Mike, yesterday when we were talking with Raekwon Davis, he was mentioning how much better he feels having slimmed down for his quickness and so forth. I'm wondering what you see from him in that regard. And also, last week, Austin Jackson was saying some of the same things. Were there many players who were asked to slim down for this training camp?
It was kind of a concerted effort by the coaching staff, both starting with Frank Smith and Josh Boyer, but trickling down to each and every position coach and their assistants. That the idea is to show them a vision of what we want to be, and on both of those, on both sides of the ball, in both retrospects, it behooves a player to be at their maximum athleticism, their maximum explosion, their maximum speed with flexibility, all of those things. So we did a good job in the off season, kind of really painting that picture for them. And it's to the players' credit that they've said, you know what, I'm all into this. I'm all in for this. My career does mean something to me, and I don't want to have regrets after my career saying, what if I was X, Y, or Z? So that's the thing, that it wasn't like a straight mandate. You have to go and be this, that, or whatever. It was kind of a play on, my firm belief that players, just like coaches, just like people, they want to be their best. So if you show them without a shadow of a doubt that X gets them to that spot, if they're the right type of people that you want to have on the team, they will respond and get to that point that best fits their physical prowess.
Again, the team announced the ways it was going to celebrate the 50th anniversary of the undefeated 1972 team, and obviously Larry Zonko spoke to you guys. I was just curious, as you kind of were growing up in the game, just what did you know about the 1972 team, and now that you're a member of the organization, what have you learned about that team?
Well, I remember vividly 11 years before I was in the womb. Who doesn't?
Yes, that was so good. That was a Daniel Oyafusi question, by the way. I'm gonna have to ask him about that on Thursday.
Clockwork, Chris Berman, ESPN, graphics with they evolved over time, but the champagne bottles pop. It's kind of in the narrative because of that. And that's what's unique about that team, is that it carries annual credence when everyone fails to duplicate what they did. So I think it also goes to show that particular team. One thing that I think is something that each and every player in the league and every team, specific, but most importantly, this team understands is what one year and one team can do, the ramifications that can have for the rest of your life. That's the thing that's really overwhelming to me, is these people are bonded forever. I was talking to Larry about some of his nonverbal communication with some of the people that he played with on that team, how that's still present today. It's like the wife look, like, or whatever, you can talk without talking. And how powerful and cool is that, to ever be present in the moment in your life, knowing that it's going to have residuals for the rest of it. So I think that's, it's something that we should be proud of as a team, that you understand, and proud to be coaching this team when we're celebrating it, and to be able to be connected with them in one way, shape, or form is a privilege to us that we do not take lightly.
I'm not to insinuate that you were alive during that time, by the way. Just making sure.
Yeah, I mean, I thought I've been aging all right, but
Along those lines, did you ever cross paths with Coach Shula?
I did not, unfortunately, no. Obviously, I wish I would have. That would have been an honor. But I was really, there's a lot of years that I was a Broncos fan. I was like, wow, they're better than us. There was a lot of years that was occurring. But no, I unfortunately did not.
He's a Broncos fan.
Tyreek said earlier that him and Jalen are the fastest duo in the NFL. First of all, obviously that's seen as a luxury, having that much speed. But can you talk? Is there any difficulties in scheming that up, having that much speed on the field?
It's kind of like the difficulties the guy who has 3 yachts has deciding which yacht to pick. It's like, no, it's not. There's no difficulties with that.
It's like being Stephen Ross.
It's very desirable, very fortunate. And I think competitive players that are willing to go out and say, yeah, we're the fastest in the league.
Who's the third yacht?
Those are guys that are competitive, that are willing and want to prove it. And regardless of skill set, you have players like that on your team, you feel pretty good about it. So I wouldn't, there's no, you don't need to shed a tear for our problems with our speed decisions. But to me, I think they talk about they talk about their speed a lot, which is cool. But they're also fast football players that block, that do the things that teammates need to do when they're called upon to be a fast electric decoy. They do that. I think that they're not fast guys, they're fast football players, and that's the coolest part about them, and why we don't really have issues.
Tyreek,
what's that?
Do you agree that they're the fastest duo in NFL history?
I agree that I'm excited to see them prove one way or the other that being the case. I'm definitely not going to say that they're not, but I'm definitely not going to say they are either. That's for them to prove, which they know and they're excited about, but that's for them to prove on Sundays.
What was your reaction to his bond to
Tyreek's? What was my reaction? Or my reaction was they did exactly what I told them to do. No, it was
good answer.
That's not the first time, nor will be the last that they'll connect like that. I was pumped because the exciting part to me was that Tua did it at the appropriate time. He wasn't just throwing a long ball. He read the defense, and that's what he felt, and he did it with conviction. If you guys watch it, he did it in one hitch timing, which is kind of how we want the quarterback to do it. But the reaction was, what's the next play? Because, like, I mean, there's if I think everyone would be disappointed if we were satisfied with that. But that's what we're supposed to do when it's there, and let's go execute the next play.
What was the fastest timed speed in training camp so far?
It is. It's funny because every time that that Tyreek isn't the fastest guy on the practice field, I make a huge deal, like with the team. I build it up like, Tyreek, congratulations, man! You've been working so hard. You got third. Like, we're all so happy for you. And it's like he gets, but I did it enough where it pushed him to Tyreek entered into the 23s, which is, you don't really see that often in practice. And he all this speed talk is just making him go faster. So write what you will.
You talk a lot about how you see your job as, maximizing the dreams of everyone in the building. You're in the building too. I'm curious, what conditions do you feel help you to best maximize your dreams?
Honestly, I don't talk about it much, but the people that hired me, talking about the owner Steve Ross, Chris Greer, Brandon Shore, Tom Garfinkel, and this atmosphere with everyone in this building provided the perfect atmosphere for me to be who I was. It's what kind of it was described to me they kind of needed. And they knew when they were hiring me that they were hiring me and not some version copycat of somebody else. So I think this place, more so than I've ever felt really in my career, I feel most at home, most myself, and which is for anyone, kind of speaks to the type of culture we're hoping to perpetuate, is that there's an attachment to that, and there's a feeling that you can be your best self and get the most out of you in those type of situations.
What's been the biggest adjustment for you personally, going from offensive coordinator to head coach at training camp?
I mean, there's been no adjustment. The biggest adjustment, it's, I'm very conscientious of the people that I don't get to have heavy discourse with on a day-to-day basis, but who still their days are affected by how I treat them. So as an offensive coordinator, I think you can get a little more cerebral and focused and introverted with conceptual things, football X's and O's. And as a head coach, I think it's very important that you don't lose yourself within yourself in that way, because somebody passes your office in the hallway, and you are thinking about something, you just give them a little nod that's out of character of how you usually address them, and now you've just negatively impacted their day for the rest of it, which isn't, that's, to me, that's not me doing a good job. My job is to maximize, not to ever inhibit. So that is a change. I've witnessed it. I've been fortunate to see a lot of people do that at a high level and have been on the other end of it. So but it is something that I have to be mindful of every day. Otherwise I'll be mad at myself, and none of us want that.
All righty, Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers, right here on the Miami Sports Music Podcast Network. Let's go ahead and let's just do initial reactions from the press conference. I missed like the first 8 minutes of it.
It was about Preston.
Yeah, and that's what I really wanted to hear about. So, Roach, I'll let you get your initial reactions from it.
He just says he wants people to have their dreams and be able to follow them. It was kind of he didn't like crush them. He just said opportunities are on the field and it's up to the players to make them, is what I got from it.
What else did you get from it?
And then he had that one comment. I wanted to say something then, but I didn't want to interrupt it. I'm trying to remember what it was. It was, I think you were listening at this point. He was talking about, dang, it's like right on the tip of my tongue. I wasn't ready for you to shotgun me.
No, it's all good. Look, here's the reality of it. This is what I got from the press conference. I'm basically seeing a coach that wants to, have the opportunity to show his people that follow him on a daily basis. Look, this is what I'm trying to institute. This is what I'm trying to do. And I'm okay with that. I am okay. I like the way he presents himself in a press conference. I like the way he answers questions. I don't think he's, I know there's some people like less is more, or he tries to be like, I don't think we need to read into that. I like the way he's running this camp. And that for me is what I just want to know. I like the way he's running this camp. Do you like the way he's running this camp so far?
And I don't think he's trying to be anything. I think he's just being him. I think he's comfortable in his own skin, and he's like, this is who I am, and this is how I'm going to be my team. So I don't even think he thinks twice about like, should I do this? I think he already knows what he's doing, and he's just going with it.
Of course. Look, there's a lot of different things that we want to do. One of them is to show people, hey, look, this is how this team is going to be run from a personnel standpoint. And what I get from him, based on the answers that I've heard, is the best players are going to play. He's not going to play favorites. He's not somebody that's going to go ahead and put these people into a box and say, look, because you are who you are, you're going to. No, you prove it on the field. And if you prove it on the field, then you'll get your opportunities. And I don't care if you get 1 or 15 opportunities, you better take advantage of each opportunity that comes your way.
I get mad when I hear pros saying they don't have an opportunity. You know what I mean? Because I look at it as like, you got an opportunity to go to college and play. Then you made it to the pros. You got drafted or you got signed as a undrafted free agent, right? And then now you're in the league. You got training camp. You got all this stuff, right? You have to go and take it. Like at that point, you would think you would realize it's your job to take the opportunity. It's not going to be given to you. You know, like none of those opportunities they seized for college ball or to be a high school great, they took those. They didn't get given to anybody. And that's why I find it weird when I see a pro going, I need my opportunity. It seems like you should already be past that way of thinking if you made it there. That's how, I don't know.
No, I think you bring up a valid point, Roach. I just think that everybody's different, right? Personalities mean something in this league and how you react to something. So look, I can sit here and say that, yesterday in the afternoon, Preston Williams was by himself and was very depressed and was feeling some type of way and decided to express it on Twitter. Don't recommend that you do that, Preston. But I also think that my hope is that Preston Williams and Coach McDaniel sat down for 2 or 3 minutes today at minimum and was like, hey, man, that's not how we're going to do things. But I do want you to know that I value you here on the team. And you are going to get an opportunity. It's just what you make of that. You're different. Your definition of an opportunity and my definition of an opportunity might be 2 different things, but I promise you, I will give you opportunities to succeed on the football field.
Right. And I'm going to stick with my initial point that they wouldn't have brought in all these people in the wide receiver room if you would have took advantage of the opportunity you had the last 2 to 3 years.
I think it's a fair point. I think it's a fair point for the standpoint of the best ability is availability. And if you haven't been, if you haven't been healthy, there's something to be said of that in this particular situation. And I know people are going to be like, well, why not every situation? But let's just talk about the Preston Williams one and go after that, right? He talked about Easy Ezukama. And basically, from what I got from that was he was saying, look, rookies have a learning curve that they have to approach already from the onset. And he's already a little bit ahead of the curve, but there's also still things that he's a rookie. He's not going to get right away, and that he will get over time. Is that what you got from the Ezukama, statement?
I agree with that. Yep.
The other things that I thought was interesting is he's not ready to crown anybody yet. He was like, well, I'm not going to say they're the fastest guys in the history of the NFL, but I'm going to believe that they are definitely an opportunity. He's not handing anything to any of these guys from what it sounds like. He's making them earn everything from nicknames to unofficial crowns of the fastest person on the team. He knows how to motivate them. He even was saying a quote, end quote, hey, congratulations coming in third place, Tyreek, way to go. Like, he knows how to motivate certain individuals on this team too.
Yeah.
And I think all that plays into a point. Whack Jones says he took 10 minutes in a convoluted way to say Ezukama is a rookie and he's learning. I think it's very simple to go and say, look, he's a rookie. He's developing. That's the short answer. He's also taking the time to express to the media locally here in South Florida, guys, look, this kid is good. Don't judge him off of 1 week yet. Give this kid an opportunity to develop. And that's what I think we need to realize here is that when you are a rookie, there is learning curves and that you are going to start at this particular point, most rookies. And you have to allow them the opportunity to grow and allow them to make mistakes. And I can admit that I'm a little bit guilty of this. When you make the NFL, I feel like you're judged now. Good, bad, or indifferent. You better work out now. Because if you don't, the local media, the fan base, they're all going to get on you. Let's take Noah, for example, right? Noah's had 2 years to prove.
But Noah, I don't think Noah's gotten as much heat as other people, though.
Not Tua. He has not gotten as much heat as Tua. But from Noah's standpoint, I've also been like, you've had 2 years to. Why is it okay for us to accept the opportunity of Preston Williams saying, "Bro, you've had 2 years to showcase the league what you've done, and what you have shown us is you are not going to be able to be healthy for a full year, right? Isn't that what we've said pretty much, or we've witnessed? Why can't we give that same energy to Noah, bro? You've had two years.
I'm on it. Get rid of him. I'm cool with it.
I'm not saying get rid of them right away.
No, but I'm just saying if they did, I wouldn't care. Is my point.
It wouldn't be. It wouldn't. Here's what and the original point of the conversation. I'm saying that, hey, look, you're a rookie. You are allowed to make some mistakes and have the fan base just take a step back, and the beat writers and people that cover the team. Okay, let this kid develop. I'm not gonna bash him yet. I'm not going to, but you've had 2 years. I'm going to be a little bit more harsh and critical of you, which is why when it comes to the Tua situation, I am not fully against these people that are being very critical of him, because I agree he has been underwhelming, right? But I can also agree in that same sentence, I'm excited for Tua. I'm excited to see what's going to happen this year. And I think that if you can say both in the same breath and in the same sentence, I think I can hear what you have to say. But if you're going to consistently criticize Tua, come on, man. But I guess the same could be said for me about Noah, because I do consistently criticize Noah. I can admit that. But there's a difference between a backup corner or a backup secondary person and the starting quarterback of your football team.
He said something about Tua in the conference, didn't he? Because when you said something about Tua, it like triggered something like that was a talking point I wanted to hit on that I actually was like going to praise. I was going to praise Tua for something he said.
Yeah.
No, I can't remember what it was.
Kane's 1996. Why is it that every time the Dolphins get a quarterback with a promising potential, they want to rush the process instead of letting a player learn first and then start comfortable? That's true. I agree. Steven, who do you want Noah to play over, X or Byron? I don't want him to play over those guys, but what I do want him is They're
he wants him to play better so that
I
he
want
can
him
have
to play a lot better than what he has, Lamar. And I don't think that's unfair for me to ask from a third year guy in the NFL. Bro, you're not dressing for games and it's your third year and you were a first-round draft pick. You got to go. If he does not dress for all 17 games this year, I'm sorry, he's not the guy. He's not. And there needs to be no more discussion about it. The same way if Tua does not step up this year, Tua's not the guy. And
I was waiting to see what you were going to say.
And I will be quiet. I feel like here's the problem. I can't say one thing about one player without getting hell about another player.
Because when you say Preston can't finish the season, then you're going to have the Tua haters saying either can Tua.
100%.
You know what I mean?
I agree with that. But I also think there's two different sides to the coin here, right? Alexander says, Stephen D, he will make the team because he's a first-round status and they haven't developed him yet. You can't cut a guy who haven't developed yet. And Alex, I have to disagree with you. You've had 2 years to develop this guy.
Yeah, what have they been
You're
doing?
in your third year with him. What else? What other chances do you want to give?
And he was on the practice squad.
The average life expectancy, the average playing career in the NFL is 3 years. You're in your third year now, Noah. You better step up. We all want Tua to make this tremendous leap from year 2 to year 3. Noah, I need y'all to have that same energy about Noah Igbenogany. And if he does not deserve a 53-man slot. There's no more to say about it than that. There's none. I don't know why I don't know why y'all. It bothers me that there's isn't Noah like 20 or 21?
Yeah, he was pretty young. Yep.
So,
but it doesn't matter. Like
again, but now, Omar, let me ask you: are you a critical person of Tua, or are you a Tua supporter? Because here's the problem, and I don't mean to call you out, Omar. Here's the problem with that statement, and I'm going to lump that statement in with people that are very critical of Tua.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people that are critical of Tua will go, isn't he? Don't Tua supporters make all these excuses for Tua? To me, that's an excuse for Noah.
Yeah. Caddyshack 5987 just triggered. He figured out what I was thinking of.
Roach, McDaniel praised Tua for throwing the deep ball at the right time. Yeah, he did.
And I'm a Tua. I critique Tua a lot. I make fun of him, mostly out of jest because people get so upset. I don't really care. But now that statement by McDaniel, where he said it wasn't just that he threw the bomb to Tyreek, it was that he threw it at the right time in the right, like everything said throw it here, and he read that defense and knew where the ball had to go.
Mm-hmm.
That is what I was like, wow, that's big. Because the biggest critique I've had of Tua is reading his progression, getting the ball where it needs to go on time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And McDaniel just said that throw, he did every one of those things in it. So to me, that's an improvement, and I have to admit that.
It is 100%. I also think you also have to admit at that same token, Roach, that the Miami Dolphins are going to at least the perception I get from McDaniel in the press conference is nobody exactly has earned a spot per se, right? Like you're going to have to earn it on your own. And you're also going to have the opportunity. Like it's weird, right? Because we can say, well, they're not going to be judged from past seasons. They're going to be judged in this training camp. But the reality is some of these guys are here because of players in their past seasons, right? You wouldn't bring in people over Lynn Bowden and Preston Williams because their talent level is great. If they were able to stay healthy, they would be locks to make this team because their talent level is there.
And the other thing is Tyreek, he's got pressure this year too. He has to show.
What pressure
I think he does.
Have?
He has to show that he doesn't need Kansas City and Mahomes, that it is him.
That's not pressure. That's wanting to prove the haters wrong. That's not.
That's pressure, bro.
I think for somebody in another position,
that pressure me. I'd be like, man, that's a lot of pressure.
Yeah, but Tyreek got the bag, right? Tyreek got the money. We all know what Tyreek can do. He doesn't have to prove what he can do. He just has to show that he can do it again.
He has to show he can do it without Mahomes. That's the big question right now.
I understand, Steven, but in my opinion, Noah was put in between a rock and a hard place. He was drafted to a team that is pretty much loaded at his position, which limited his opportunity, which haven't been maximized. So I agree, if he can dress for 17, barring injury, he can't hold the slot any longer. Okay. Reek has no pressure. He just has to ball out like he does.
And I think he's going to.
Yeah.
But
but see, when you use the word pressure, I feel like it has a negative connotation to it in certain circumstances. So I would agree with what Scotty says. Tyreek just needs to be Tyreek. There's no pressure. And Manza Chill says that's motivation for Hill. That's not pressure. I think there's a difference between pressure and motivation. For him,
they
that's
can be
motivating. I'm going to
They can be the same. I just think of pressure different, I guess. I don't know.
In this situation, I'm just talking about the Tyreek situation, right? Tyreek has nothing to prove to anybody except himself. And so if he wants to use that as motivation to prove that his haters or his doubters wrong, by all means, brother, use it, okay? But what I'm sitting here and telling you is that Tyreek Hill has nothing to prove to me. He proved that he was worth the contract he has. He proved that he's willing to come here and mentor a good guy. I've already started to see it.
No, so have I. But just because he balled with Alex Smith is a good quarterback. I think Alex Smith's a great quarterback. So
I hate the fact that Hill's been doing it before Mahomes came in the NFL. What makes people think Mahomes made him? I agree with that. He was doing
Smith and Mahomes. But Alex Smith's a good quarterback. It's not like he's just some average quarterback.
Nope, that's a fair question, Roach. So, or that's a fair statement because now
and the same offense, same coach. You know what I mean? It's like the question when Brady left Belichick, what's going to happen? It's the same type of question that I'm having. I just want to see what's going to happen.
Wooback says Roach 100, but the haters keep moving the goalpost. They are never happy. I want every player on this team to be better, to be successful. Fair. Nishan, we'll drop the link in a few. I want to keep on having this conversation. We'll drop the link. Don't go anywhere. Yeah. We'll drop it.
I'm not bashing Tyreek. I think Tyreek's going to be great. I'm just saying to me, there's got to be a little bit like, man, I'm gonna get it this year. I'm gonna prove him it was me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%. I think something else that needs to be stated, Roach, from the standpoint of what can the Dolphins do to get better. The Dolphins can do a lot of different things to get better, but most importantly, what they need to do is take what they currently have there and then maximize the new coaching that's around them and make that into a productive football team, right? We want to sit here and talk about Noah. I'll also give Noah the benefit of the doubt that Sam Madison's never been here before and Patrick Surtain hasn't been here before. How can those guys make Noah Igbenogany better? I'd like to see that. And I want to see that translate to on-the-field success.
See,
I think else's earlier point, they're like, he's not going to get a lot of playing time. He will in the preseason. Noah's going to get snaps in preseason. Don't think he won't. Yeah, I know TD's live at training camp, man. He texted me last night and said, hey, I'm going live from training camp. He's doing his own stuff. We'll do a couple of collab things later on this training camp.
Well, I think a lot of the stuff to make the team better, honestly, on paper, our team looks pretty good. I think it's the front office that behind closed doors, I think, is where the biggest changes are.
Nashawn says Greer could have lost his job risking 2 years for Tua to heal properly. Fans jumped on his lack as a rookie, but Greer knew the 7-year plan. It was where you can judge Alabama Tua. Flores could not wait. I hope it's not 7 years, bro.
Yeah, I don't think they're waiting 7 years for him.
They're not waiting 7 years, but I get your point. There was a time element factor to this. And if you weren't willing to be patient with that progression, you weren't going to stay here for long. I get that.
Wait. Scotty said that Tyreek made Alex Smith's career. 49ers.
I think Mahomes
Kansas
took a lot
City.
of Alex Smith's game when he came in because Mahomes did say he learned a lot from Smith. I think that it's very beneficial for a quarterback. Like look at who sat their first years that are very successful quarterbacks.
Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers sat for 3 or 4 years behind Brett Favre.
Mahomes.
I think that made a big deal, right? Alex, or not Alex Smith. Patrick Mahomes sat for 1 year, maybe
Was
2.
Tom Brady a rookie when Bledsoe got hurt?
Tom Brady was a rookie when Bledsoe got hurt. Now he didn't get to sit the whole year, but that was the plan. I still think
that was
Brady would have been successful. What else?
Dak
under Tony Romo. Yep. Definitely. And so I think there's an element of I don't have to come in and be the man right away. I'm able to sit back. I'm able to learn. The problem is when you get some of these veterans that, like, I thought it was great that Fitzpatrick was here that first year, right, for him. And I would have loved, by the way, I would have loved to seen Fitzpatrick with McDaniel. That would have been fun to watch, right? Like, if it was Tua's rookie year. Let me rephrase that. If it was Tua's rookie year, that would have been very interesting to see.
Mm-hmm.
I think, Fitzpatrick would have definitely had and you could have seen Tua on the bench for 3 years, maybe 4 years. But it definitely would have been, something to see. So again, I think the X factor here is McDaniel. And McDaniel showing what he is bringing to this team is going to be fun. And I'll say this for the record. When Tua is successful this year, it will not be that Tua is successful. It will be Tyreek came in. It will be McDaniel came in. And Tua will not get the credit he deserves. And that's sad. That sucks. Because he will deserve a lot of the credit.
Well, what it's going to take, it's going to take comments like McDaniel said today, how he broke down, like, it wasn't just a good throw. It was the right throw.
Mm-hmm.
And that tells you he's reading, he's understanding, and he knows the play. He knows where everybody's going to be. And then you also, I think there was a wide receiver on Twitter. I saw somebody quoting a wide receiver saying that he knows that playbook so well, Tua does, that these guys
that McDaniel has.
Yep.
I hope that's the case. God,
I was scrolling through Miami Dolphin Twitter, and somebody quoted that. It's gone now because Twitter updates so fast, but.
Oh, I hope that is the case.
And I thought that was good. I was like, wow. And I love making Tua jokes and poking fun at people because they get so butthurt about anything you say negative. So
I think it's fair to be critical of him. I don't think there's anything wrong with being critical of Tua. I think the problem gets into an issue when people want to sit there and take a step back and say, you know what are we doing here?
Mm-hmm.
Why are we always talking about this? And the reality is he's the quarterback. He's a very polarizing figure, and you're going to. McDaniel said Tyreek Hill reached 23 miles an hour in practice recently. That's crazy. That's some speed for you. Unbelievable speed for you.
He'd probably chase a dude down on a bicycle.
Zach Seiler's in the orange jersey today, by the way. Pretty excited about that. All right, let's go ahead and start bringing some people on. We'll open up the chat for you here. We'll open up the panel for you guys to come on.
While you bring them in, I'm going to go get another cup.
Hey, you know what you should do? You should go get another cup.
Yeah.
Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, CLOCKBLOCKERS. I see a lot of people are on this morning because they're doing the stuff from training camp, which is great. I love it. I love seeing people get that in there. This seems. I wish I was there. I wish I was in South Florida that I could be down there. It would be a lot of fun. Let me bring in who's number 19.
It's me, Mario. Mario. Let me change my name back.
Oh, Rashad.
Yes,
what's
sir.
up, Rashad?
Not much.
How are you this morning, man?
I'm good. Getting ready for work right now.
Getting ready for work. Got you. Okay. Are you excited? Are you pumped up for the first day of full pads?
I'm ecstatic because Connor Williams had some big things to say yesterday. So
okay. What did you like to hear? Talk to me.
He said the defensive line get the grab and hold on them jerseys without the pass, but let's see how Tuesday goes. So I'm looking forward to this.
Fair point. I am interested to see how today in full pads goes because I think what it will prove, I don't know if it'll prove, it's the first day of full pads, right? Like how much can we, but I do think it'll show. I'm interested to see, like we saw the pancake that
right.
Who got pancaked? Was it Connor that got
Well, it wasn't a pancake because it was a defensive lineman putting an offensive lineman on the butt, but it was an embarrassment. It was Jackson, but Connor Williams did get put on his ass too. Swear jar.
Swear jar. All right, let me bring in Skylar the Goat. Hello, Skylar the Goat.
What's going on, Steven?
Who's this?
It's Alex, man.
Oh, what's up, Alex? Alex, are you trying to troll these two criticizers by just saying, you know what? I'm just going to talk about Skylar. Is that what you're doing, Alex?
Number 19.
It was something from yesterday, but I forgot to change it to this morning.
All right, let me go to Zero Blitz. Rashid, what's up, Rashid?
Hey, how's it going, man? This is Sharif.
It's Sharif. My bad.
What's up, Reed?
You know what I don't like about McDaniel, and it's a 10 to Flores. I don't want anyone to know that we're blocking great. Honestly, I do not want people to know what the hell we're doing. I know that we're going to be very. A lot of those decoy routes are going to be that Waddle and Tyreek are going to be very fast at blocking you. And I just, with Flores, nobody ever knows that, and I think that's why we won a lot of our games. And I think teams just now are just going to be boiling soup. Okay, this is what they're going. Oh, Tyreek's going to be. Oh, they're blocking great. Okay, we're going to take this away. Too much talk in camp for me from the offense, what we're doing or what we're trying to do. I would rather be the zip lip that I wish I could have a McDaniel with a zip lip like Flores. It's just too much for me because I know what we're gonna do, and yes, teams will still have to try stop it like Travis Henry and Tennessee Titans. You still can't stop it.
So what I'm hearing from you, are you mad that McDaniel's talking too much at the press conference?
In the particulars, they're not only great speed players, but they're great at blocking you. They're very fast with ball players.
With the exception of using more words,
that's too TMI.
I think with the exception of using more words, I don't think he's doing anything different than what the previous regime in Flores did during last year's press conferences.
I disagree.
He's just elaborating.
I disagree heavily because Flores we changed week to week with our offense, which killed the offense.
Part of the problem.
Which is part of the problem, but you did not know. And because of that, we can run the hell out of you, and we can also pass the hell out of you over 40 passes.
Let me ask you something, Sharif. Do you think anybody in this league is going to be able to match us speed for speed? They're not. There's nobody in the NFL that will. And we all know that the offenses, the wide receivers are always going to have a beat on the secondary because the difference between the secondary and the offense and the wide receivers is a wide receiver know exactly where he's going to go. A defensive back does not know where he's going to go. So not only do you get that split second difference, you also get more of a second or two difference because the speed is going to be a nightmare for secondaries.
I will never argue that with you, but what I would say is if we're going to run the ball 53% of the time and be very balanced, that already shortens what a defensive coordinator can do to stop us. And now you're saying that they're going to be very fast at blocking. Waddle and Tyreek are great blockers. It's too much. Don't say anything.
If that's what they're doing.
Let's just stop the road, man. Don't say a damn thing.
That's not how. Well, so two things. That's a swear jar, number one. But that's not how the world works, right? Like that's not you with the if your name's not Greg Popovich or Bill Belichick, you cannot get around with using one word answers. There's just not. You're just not going to get away with it.
I don't take anything they say at press conferences like I take a little bit, but I also know there's some chess pieces when they're saying stuff. You know what I mean?
Yes, I can understand that, but
so we don't really know yet if what he's saying about the run game is legit.
I would be glad to when fans are just don't go. Like I would be very happy when fans are not allowed to practice because illegally we've seen some film come out, and I know the practice has become Hollywood because we're an exciting team finally, but it's too much leaking of film.
disagree.
It's a bunch of stuff.
I wholeheartedly disagree with you,
Hey,
bro.
You think Bill
Wholeheartedly.
Belichick got the guy in the stands right now?
Yeah. Yeah.
TD needs to go
100%.
find. You need to call
most
TD
most
and be like, you need to
definitely.
find that dude, bro.
You guys haven't seen leak film, and then there's been reporters who have
There
actually called out
has
because
been
of
leak
it.
film. There's been leak film.
There's been leak film,
There's been
especially
some
of our
leak
running
film
game.
What
of
we
That's
do-
not
Tua.
supposed to come
we
out.
There's been some
I
leak
have
film
to
of
ask
Tua
you guys,
throwing
are you guys
bombs.
trying to create a conspiracy theory that there are plants within the Dolphins fans' stands that are trying to secretly watch Dolphins and what they do at practice? Is that what you're saying right now?
100%.
No, I just think it's
That's
too
exactly
excited
what
fans. They're,
So you
they're
don't-
trying to get
Steven,
they're
you
just
don't think
excited, and it's
the
stupid
Bills have a
for
guy
other teams to know what we're doing scheme wise.
Steven, Cap for Life actually posted one in the chat, and he tagged you in it.
Yeah, I wasn't going to play it. I don't
You
want to
guys are
get
going too far with that, man. You guys
Alex,
are going really
so you
too
don't,
far
Alex,
with
you're
that.
telling me you don't think the Bills got a
wild.
guy
Y'all think
sitting
that.
there in the stands just watching practice, taking notes?
Let them watch. What
He's
they
got
gonna
on a
do?
Tua jersey.
Speed up.
He's got on a Tua
Here's-
non
What they
jersey.
gonna do? Get faster? They can't do nothing with us.
I get that, but I'm just saying,
They're-
if you don't think it's
they're not
happening,
cannot do that.
Tyreek has
Roach,
been in the
they're not
NFL
gonna-
for
they're
how
not
many
gonna
years,
show-
and yet
They're just
stop.
showing basic plays in practice, man. They're not
Yeah,
showing, they're not
So you-
tipping their hats.
we have
I
yet
get
to
you.
Hey,
see
we're doing
a
this
wide
every
receiver
game.
pass, end around. We
football
haven't
teams
seen
have been
anything.
placing plants as fans
Roach,
in
you're a
stands
genius.
every single practice for years. It's not a new thing.
I love you guys.
He's out
but-
there in a Tua non jersey printed on the back. Tua non. You can't touch
I love
him.
you guys.
Meanwhile,
But
he's a
you're
built-in.
wild.
He's a built.
He
He's
doesn't
a
even have to be
built
wearing
spy.
Dolphin gear, man. He could just be there in regular clothes, just sitting there.
Cruz, he's like, what TF? The entire league does the same exact
That's
thing.
what I'm. Thank you, Cruz. I don't get it.
You do understand people have been practicing for years, right? 1, 2, 3, 4 upset.
I just don't understand. Like, what, Steven, you really don't think they got anybody from another team watching that practice?
So look, am I?
And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying the fact that you all
let me-
don't think
let
it's
me-
happening is
Let me
crazy.
address this outrageous statement by saying that would I be surprised if somebody like Buffalo or New England had somebody in the stands on payroll? No. But do I think it's happening? No. I think they're worried about what they got going on, and they're worried about their team. And all 32 teams,
When Jody's knocking at the window,
all
bro,
32
you lock
teams
it.
in the NFL have open practices to their fans. It's part of marketing their game and the team more, right? It's
I
something.
agree, and they never show anything. And I should tamper down a bit, but I just think that
And what I think, I personally, as much as so, I give a lot of crap to the Dolphins that they put restrictions on their beat reporters. I hate it. I do not like it. I feel like if you're gonna put restrictions on what people are allowed to see and not allowed to say, come on, bro. Like, I want to know. Like, stop doing that. But
meanwhile, the week of the Super Bowl,
but to your
but
standpoint,
meanwhile, the week of the Super
Hold on,
Bowl,
I'm
New
not
England
done.
has your film somehow.
Sharif, but to your point, I will state that the reason that those rules are in place is so that they protect the integrity of what the Dolphins are trying to do, which is implement and institute an entire game plan for the 2022 season. So I think that at the end of the day, they are seeing whatever we're hearing or you're seeing is what the team wants you to see and hear.
I agree.
100%. Why is that?
I agree, Roach.
If you really want some truths, okay, here's some real stuff. I know some of you don't like him. He's my brother from another mother. Love the guy. TD will probably give you more accurate information today than any of the beat writers will, because the beat writers are allowed to say certain things. TD is not held to that same standard because he's not a media member.
Mm-hmm.
So
TD's
after
the
you
Kevin.
finish listening to this show,
TD's the Kevin Samuels of Dolphin football.
after you finish with listening to the show today, go back and listen.
That's a good statement, Sharice. That's
You
a
know?
good one.
Or you could put it on two different screens. Watch one on your phone, one on
Alan
your TV.
Poupart said on Big O's show that Skyler will be on the practice squad. He looked like a 7th round pick at practice. That's his take on it. Bonjo says this whole argument is dumb. After game 1, film is out. You don't think teams get the all 22 of the other teams and watch game film of other teams during the real games. F practice. Come on, man. Facts, Steven. I appreciate that. All right, let me bring in Batman. Good morning, Batman. Batman, are you at the practice? I think Batman's at practice, y'all. Batman, get on here.
How long has he been backstage?
You're on mute, Batman. You're on mute.
Rachel?
What's up, Triple S Podcast? How are you, man?
Where's Rachel?
Batman.
Hey, I'm Batman. What's up?
Batman.
Get up here, Batman.
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 Okay.
I can't see
All
you
right,
guys.
All
All right, let me give you a live coverage. Can you see me?
We can't
No.
see you.
All right, check it out. Live coverage.
We can't see you. We can't see you.
He's probably got bad. They probably got bad cell service there.
They probably have cell phone blockers
Yeah.
because all the other teams there.
Hey,
They got-
We wouldn't be able to go live.
You must have AT&T, bro.
Oh my
You
God.
need to get that T-Mobile. I know
Alex,
a guy who knows a guy.
you can't be recommending phones anymore because you switch companies and you got people on here switch to AT&T
Hold on
because
now,
of you,
Ro.
and then you go to
What's that,
T-Mobile,
bro? Just we're
and now you
talking
got.
about.
And now you're telling me AT&T sucks. So how am I supposed to take anything you say now and commit to it? That's my issue.
But I wouldn't be surprised, bro, because we were just talking about it.
I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you.
Cannot stream any of the field. Cannot stream any of
Exactly.
the field.
We just were talking about this now. Dolphins have the technology there at our premium stadium facility out there. They can block that. They can do that. And here's another example. So
How do they do that?
TD may give you audio today, and he may find out difficult. It's not able to stream on the field, and I won't be surprised because, like I said,
What will happen
me,
is if you stream on the field, you'll get your video will go up, but then YouTube algorithm will
taken
strike
down.
your video. Yeah, or you'll get a warning the day after, and then you could dispute it and whatever. But
and I do not want anyone to know our offense, to be honest, at the end of the day. I want them to guess if they're blocking. I don't want you to be week 1 of training camp. Oh, they block well. I love Flores for that. You don't know a damn thing, and you come out guessing period 1 of the first quarter.
I don't think Flores knew what we were
You know,
doing.
I'm just too much.
Like anyone else.
I'm listening. I was listening to a little bit of the coverage that TD was bringing.
yeah, I got it in my ear too.
Yeah, there's not a lot he can do. It's the reality of what it is.
Yeah.
TD wrote video earlier. What's up, Batman? Are you here, Batman? Take yourself off mute, Batman. Look, last year was great because I was able to have live coverage. They were able to do things last year that they're not able to do this year.
Hey, Steven, I wanted to go back to what you were saying about Noah, and
okay,
and I understand that you have in your opinion, I understand, and you have every right to be upset about that, and I totally understand where a lot of these fans coming from, with Noah, and they're frustrated because they want to see Noah in the field, this and that, and I totally understand that. But the thing is that when you have 2 All Pros in front of you, and they didn't expect needing to be this good either, in the slot as well. And mind you, Noah's only 23 years old. He's still relatively young, and he's a first-round pick. So what I was saying was he's not going to get cut because of his first-round status. And he's a first-round pick. And
Alexander, I disagree with you, brother. I think that
he has 2 years left.
Now it means zilch. Doesn't mean a thing. He does
and
not.
he hasn't developed yet. He hasn't developed yet.
Bro, he's in his 3rd year. You don't get that excuse no more, bro.
I get it, bro. I do. I understand.
Real talk. Alexander, be real with me. If it comes down to Trill Williams and Noah Igbenogany, who you taking?
Both of them.
I'm taking.
No,
I'm
you
actually
get one
taking
slot. You get one
Both.
slot.
I'm sorry, Elijah
No.
Campbell gets
Wait.
that. Elijah
Yep.
Campbell,
I will
you're
move.
gone.
I will
Because I'm
move
keeping
Trill. I will
Trill
move Trill
and
to
I'm keeping
safety.
Noah.
Hey,
Do you
Move
realize,
Trill to safety and
Steven,
then keep Noah at corner.
Alex, I'll make a deal with you. Or not
I
a deal.
think I think Trill's more of a safety than a corner.
I think
in my
You can
opinion.
say whatever you want. If it comes down to the 53rd spot,
So we're only gonna have 4 corners.
is Trill or Noah?
I think Trill
taking
makes the team.
I'm
I think Trill
taking
makes the team.
Trill's making the team.
Hey,
So
Steven,
we're keeping 4 corners.
can you let me know if you can see the footage or no?
We can't. I can't see anything, Batman.
Stephen D, I'm sorry, Elijah Campbell, you're gone. He's the 6th corner. Sure, I can keep them both. Elijah
Yeah,
Campbell.
I'm keeping them both. I'm not running with 4
You're
quarterbacks. That
gone,
makes no
bro.
sense.
I'm sorry.
No, Noah's
Like,
not.
I know my roster. You're
Who's
gone.
number 5? Who's
my
number 5?
personal opinion.
Who's number 5?
Noah's not going to make this team. Now, I could be totally wrong. I can be off. Y'all can keep the receipts.
I
Don't
agree.
care.
I
My
think Gesicki is in that same
feeling,
hot
though,
seat.
is that Noah's not making it.
I think
I'll go
Gesicki is
further.
in that
Who's the
same
number
hot
5?
I think next
cornerback?
spring you're going to see him in the XFL.
I think Gesicki
As
is
a
in that
great
same
corner in
hot
the
seat with
XFL.
Noah.
That's
And
one.
Preston Williams.
That's a
All
serious
of them are
projection,
in that.
Roach.
And then I think he'll come back, though. I think he'll come back after the XFL.
You know what I think will happen if we give up on Noah?
I got my tarot cards
Noah's
over here.
going to be an XFL guy.
We get rid of Noah, he's going to become a New England Patriot.
You guys
And that's the last thing I want to see.
need actually
That would
to do a
suck.
53. Both Iggy and Trill make it. Nah, man.
That's our luck, though,
I don't have
Rashad.
Iggy.
That's
I promise you, if we let him
The
go,
reason why I say that Negba Nagami makes it is because this guy, I think what Sam is going to teach him is basically how to turn your head on a 20-yard in, how to turn your head on a 9 seam.
Sharif, you seen that clip, didn't you?
Basically, when the ball is in play, these are the routes where you need to turn your head. These are, and I think Sam is going to say, win your battles more than lose. Don't worry about the last play. And he stays on this team because Sam is going to prove what this kid is the fastest cornerback on this team.
Yeah,
And you might not believe that. He is the fastest cornerback on this team.
Who is?
Igbenogany.
Okay, that
he just needs to learn how to swat balls and turn his head. That's
Sharif,
But he's in the pros. Why is he now learning that?
Because he never had good coaching.
He never had good coaching.
Kyler Murray can run too, but his contract makes him read a
Where,
book.
where did he go to college?
Are you kidding me? He never had good coaching. We have
went to Auburn.
Byron and X. That's all the coaching you need right there.
Gerald Alexander failed to do that in 2 years with him.
Alexander was a great secondary coach. Don't tell me
He
he never had
failed to
great
do that with him. You agree? You're the one highlighted.
Wait.
Coach.
Let's
He
be
failed
clear.
to do that.
He
though.
went
That one
from
thing
wide
with the Igbo,
receiver.
he failed.
He went from wide receiver to cornerback 2 years into college.
Okay.
That's different from someone who's been playing cornerback.
Yes, he was a receiver
Pop
2 years
Warner.
in college.
And then he chose to enter the draft.
Yeah, and he got drafted. There's
No, his
no
last
doubt
year
that-
he played corner.
still-
That's when he shut down.
He just has raw talent.
Hey,
He just
hey, so
makes it-
humor me. You got Trill, you got Nick Needham, you got Byron and Brandon, you got Eric Rowe. And, I mean, like, do we really want to gamble on something like that when we know we have these guys that are proven and ready to go? Like, I don't understand.
we know
Time to cut the
Eric
cord,
Rowe.
man.
We know Eric Rowe sucks that corner too.
Hey,
So
hey,
let's not do
gentlemen,
that.
I will take the cap hit and I will say, you know what? That first round pick failed. Have a nice day. See ya. That is
Yeah,
how I
no
feel
pun
about
intended.
Noah
I'll take the
Igbenogany.
cap hit too, bro.
I got two more years. I got 2 more years from a raw cornerback. I'm not going to cut it
And the way Waddle's playing makes
on
up
$1
for it.
million contract. I'm not going to cut it. I'm sorry.
So
Listen.
Rashad, hold on. Rashad, let me ask you a question, brother. If he doesn't dress for any game this year, are you going to be okay with me calling you out? Because I will.
If he doesn't dress, he's not on the
He
team.
makes this squad and does not dress on Sundays, I'm going to call all of you out who said he should have a slot.
Well, look at this. If he does not dress, I'm assuming he got hurt for the season.
Nah, dog.
I'm telling you what I'm assuming. Listen, because I'm not.
So what happened last year?
Because I'm still gonna.
There's a difference between availability and liability.
No.
He dressed, didn't he?
No.
He dressed for 7 games. What are
He
we
went
talking
seven-
about? You said if he don't dress for 17 games, y'all still haven't let me finish.
Rashad.
Y'all see how if he does not dress for 17 games, he will still be here next year.
See,
He will still be
this is
here
what
next
I'm
Sorry
year.
about that, Steven. I had a phone call.
This is what I'm factoring in. When you get when it's the fourth quarter of a game,
I'm thinking as a GM versus I'm going to cut him for a fifth string quarterback.
Well, I'm thinking about
And
like a
take the
GM
cap
too.
hit. What's the point? No, listen. I have to pay him anyway. I don't know what that noise
Rashard,
is.
is he availability or liability? Which one does he give us the most?
Okay, let's
Wait. Sharif. One, I don't know what he is because Flores does what he wants with available players. He'll sit him anyway, like he did Tua.
But I thought Flores was this defensive genius.
That's Gerald Alexander's job.
There's nothing genius about Flores. He blitzed everybody and had the two
Is Noah a
best
liability,
man-to-man
Rashard?
corners.
Is Noah a liability?
I don't like Flores
know.
either, but
Barry Jackson.
But let me
everybody praises him for his
let me
defense.
be clear. If I'm a GM,
hold on, real quick. Hold on. I'll let you get your point out. Butler, Dieter, Byron Jones, Elijah Campbell. Only Dolphins not at practice because of injuries. We are allowed to tweet live today because the fans are here, but don't ask any of us who's with the starters or second team. That information cannot be reported and will be extradited to Istanbul. That's what he said.
Who said
Did
that?
y'all notice that Eric Rowe was on the second team?
TD can do it.
Did y'all notice that?
All right, so
Yeah, because the
Send
depth
TD
we
a
have.
text. Tell him we need that
That's
info.
what I'm saying. If we have depth, we don't really need Iggy.
I think we can settle this right
He
now.
was playing
Rashad.
safety.
Yes.
Relax.
If we
Wait,
just
let
do
me-
the starters
let me
and
Let me finish
backups
real
for the
quick.
defense right
Roll,
now,
roll.
who's going to make this team?
Well, Eric
Right
Rowe's
now.
going to make
Noah.
the team.
But what I'm saying,
I think Noah will make the team too.
as a GM, I'm going to cut someone that I have under contract that I'm going to have to pay anyway for a fifth slotted or sixth slotted cornerback is what we're arguing right now.
Hey, but if he's already
I'm
on the
saying,
practice,
look.
if he's going to be on the practice squad, what's it matter?
Look,
He's the
what I'm
fourth
saying though,
corner,
look,
he's the third
real
boundary.
quick. The same energy
won't
we
be on
have
the
towards the
practice
center
squad. He's gonna be a
position about
Patriot.
us getting somebody off the waiver for a center is the same energy we should have if we can find somebody off the waiver when they get cut for a corner as well. If we know the guy's a liability,
It's not a fifth string center.
Cap for life, let me tell you something. I personally think we have everybody in camp that we need in the secondary. He's not one of them,
Exactly.
is what I'm saying.
Why are we
We also
overthinking?
don't have a first round center who hasn't worked out
Wait,
yet.
wait.
First round
Do
cornerback.
y'all understand that Noah is the starting cornerback right
Hold on,
now?
Rashad. He is not a starting quarterback.
Right now,
Yeah,
he is.
Steven,
In training
Right now, he
camp,
is.
he's
Steven,
the
I
starting
think yes,
cornerback.
yeah.
Because they're trying to
This-
give him
this-
reps.
This
Because
this
that's
is
what
what
you
I'm
want
saying.
X to get
They're
hurt,
trying
isn't
to
it,
give him
Rashad?
reps.
Come on, man.
Okay, they're trying to give him reps.
Hey,
Okay.
Yes.
you want to hear
like-
my hot take?
I'm not trying.
You want to hear my hot take?
No, hold
I
on.
think
Hold on.
Noah-
I'm not done. I'm not done. Cap for life. I'm going to answer your question. Here's why these wonderful gentlemen that have come to my panel, who I love dearly, are all on Noah's jock. Okay.
Love you too,
They're on
Steven.
Noah's jock because Noah is a first round pick, and they are hung up on that fact and saying that, oh, he needs time to develop. He needs time to. Bro, you are year 3.
You serious?
Bro,
Hold
Josh
on,
Rosen was a
Steven,
first round
Steven.
pick. What are we
I
doing here?
just came in.
I'm done with
Are we talking
Austin
about Tua?
Jackson.
Noah, if
No.
Rashad,
I'm
if
done with
you-
Austin
Are we talking about
Steven,
Tua?
that's not the reason
He's in
why
his
I'm
third
hung
year.
up on
What are you
Noah.
talking about first round picks
It's
for?
not because of his. It's not only because of his first round status. It's because we haven't seen him really play yet.
Why is that, Alex?
So
I've seen him. I've seen him
the
play
reason
on
the
all
I haven't seen with this because you only could get better if you play on the field.
He didn't
Okay?
dress. Alex,
Because
2 years, bro.
the
He hasn't
reason
dressed.
why
What part of that don't you understand, bro?
the reason why he didn't
It was
dress
only 1
is
year.
because
Relax.
He played his rookie
yeah,
year.
it was only 1 year.
Oh, and it rounded up to 3 years. Come on, bro. Let's not overthink
The
this.
reason
He's only
why
been in
he
the league
didn't
2
dress
years.
is you're not going to sit Byron Jones, Nick Needham, and Xavier Howard over Noah Igbenogany. You're not going to do that.
And Byron Jones is projected to be back for the final preseason.
And here's my hot take real quick.
No. Hold on.
Go ahead,
Alex,
Steven,
couple
sorry.
things. Number one, bud, there's more than 3 positions. Let's just throw that out there, okay? There's 6, right, gentlemen? There's 6 available secondary positions, correct, gentlemen? Is everybody on the same page as
I think
me?
there were 4 or 5, yeah.
Yeah, Eric Rowe's a hybrid. He can play both.
It depends on the scheme.
Let's just as a panel together, let's say 6 slots. And if you're telling me that a first round pick can't get one of 6 slots, bro, I swear
let's fill them now.
God, that man needs to not be on this 53-man team.
Let's fill them now,
Steven, and I get what and I understand what you're saying.
The first rounder with a 3-year plan.
Praise be to Steven.
I get it.
Oh my God, the cap pick. Shut up.
Don DeMarco.
And I understand. I get that.
Steven.
And you know what? You guys got me on that. And Cap, and I agree with you. And Steven, I agree with you too. And Roach, I agree with you as well. You know, yes, he should have saw the field because he's a first round pick and he needs to get there. But here's my hot take. I think Noah Igbenogany
and you know what,
sits Byron Jones.
Here's the other thing.
Okay, Alex. Wait, Steven.
I'm going to let Rashad go after me. Hold on, Alex. I'm also going to state, Rashad, you go after me. I'm also going to state that if Noah makes the 53-man, I'm going to shut up. But if that man doesn't, the first Sunday he does not dress for a game as a healthy scratch, bro, get ready because I'm about to.
I think you just missed what Alex said. Did you miss what Alex just said? He said by midseason, Noah's taking Byron Jones' spot. That's what he just said.
Alex.
He just said that.
Should we not all want that?
Oh my!
Bro, we said that about him. We said that about him replacing X, bro. We're still waiting, bro. Come on, man. Let's not overthink it.
Because you were supposed to take that spot.
Are y'all done? Let this one slide. Thank you, Roach, for bringing it to my attention.
Nobody reacted. I'm like, what?
It's Alex.
Hold on, Rashad. I gotta call my man out. Alex, bro, let's get something straight. You want
this is an intervention.
Just listen. You want a man. Are you listening? I'm gonna do my voice. I'm gonna do my voice here. You want a man who did not dress for 10 games last year to all of a sudden become a top 3 secondary person in the entire NFL? Is that what you're telling me? Because Byron Jones is top 3 or 5 in the NFL.
If he shows something this year,
NFL, what?
If he shows something this year, then yes.
You just said mid-season.
Top 3 on the team, maybe.
Okay.
Top 3 secondary.
If he shows something this
NFL?
season, yeah. That's
Doesn't
crazy.
the contract warranted that? I mean, the same contract that X got makes them the best 2 tandem in the NFL.
Didn't he have the same numbers as Xavier? We proved that last week. We saw
Thank you,
that.
Steven. Thank you, Steven.
The same numbers as Xavier.
So you think he's top 3 secondary player in the NFL?
That's not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make
what he
is
said,
Alex
though.
Xavier's up here saying
J.C. Jackson is better than Byron Jones.
Leap from not playing at all, not even dressing on Sundays, to being better than Byron Jones, bro.
It's Alex. Relax.
This is
Steven Breathe. Steven Breathe. You know, Alex has some hot takes. That's Alex's thing.
There's no multiverse where that's happening, bro.
That's the radiation from the cell phones, bro.
No, it's got to be.
I got a question. Wait. Let me ask Steven this question because he said something about 10 minutes ago.
Those peppermints at T-Mobile are edibles, man.
To clear up for me. We're upset that Noah can't get one of these 5 to 6 positions.
Correct.
As if 3 of these positions aren't taken, or I say 4, by really, really good. We didn't need to draft Noah in the first place.
He's a first round draft pick.
He was going to take. He was going to take. He was a
first
round draft. He was a first round draft pick.
And X slapped his girlfriend though.
Yeah, exactly. We didn't think we were going to retain X.
So I got you.
Whose spot was he
No,
going to
I
take?
got
Is my
you.
question.
Steve, you just want to make excuses for Noah. I'm okay with that. If that's the
Who's
route we're going,
Stephen
who is he?
D. Knee
What
injury and
DB?
ex-slot
What DBs is he better than? Is he better than Rowe?
Hold on.
Javon.
Here's what I'm going to do. Dolphins.
Byron? X? What position is he taking?
Here we go. I'm going to bring it up. Our lads. Here we go. If you guys, ourlads.com is a great website. I use them a lot. Okay, so Noah. Where's Noah? He's not better than Xavier. He's not.
See, the
better
thing is,
than
no
Byron.
one is bringing up
He's not
Sam
better
Madison.
than Nick Needham. He's arguably in a battle with Trill Williams. Okay.
Yes.
And I could make the argument that somebody like Elijah Campbell or Elijah Hamilton
Based
or
on
Quincy
what?
Wilkin, and I know Fengelum
Based on
plays
what?
safety, but and Eric Rowe plays safety, but Eric Rowe can be a hybrid. He's played corner. There's no
Fengelum is
way
gone.
Nick Needham too.
There's no way I see Noah making this squad. Noah's not making this squad, y'all.
Eric Rowe is terrible at corner.
Shut your mouth. Shh. He's not making the squad. End of story.
Listen,
He's not. I'm
Hey,
calling it out.
hey, Steven, proof
So that
enough.
means
That
Sam
7-game
Madison
win
would have
streak.
been brought
Did we
there
do
for
that
no
with Noah?
reason.
Did we do that with Noah?
Noah was not here,
Yeah.
sir.
Cap, that means we would have brought Sam Madison here for nothing. That means we're not holding Sam Madison and Patrick
Bro,
Surtain
that's
and
a
letting him right.
nostalgia hire, Sharif. We need to get off of that. That's a nostalgia hire, whether we like it or not. I like it, but don't read too much into that, bro.
So if any improvement was to come from Igbenogany, don't we blame that to Sam Madison? Don't we
I'm not
blame
trying
that
to blame Sam
specifically
at
to
all.
Steven?
I'm not blaming Sam on his development. The development's already 3 years. That's not on Sam. That's on Noah.
And if he improves under Sam, that would mean Gerald Alexander was
I'm
crap.
saying my sixes.
You can't.
So that
you
means
can't
that
cut a
Sam
guy.
Madison would have
You
been
can't cut a
successful
guy that you haven't
developing,
developed yet.
and
You
Gerald
can't.
Alexander was crap. That's what that would have meant.
Hold on, Sharif. Alex,
It's a
that
crime.
argument is ridiculous. You can't cut a guy who hasn't developed.
So you can never cut anybody.
Been in the league for 2 years, bro. And Eric Rowe is
And he
safety.
hasn't, and he's
Eric
barely
Rowe,
seen
by
the
way,
field.
He's a flex. That man could play corner and safety. By the way,
Let me ask you a question, Steve.
Yeah, but you're talking about
That's
you're talking about like an 8-year veteran compared to a guy who's in his third year. Like that doesn't that kind of comparison doesn't make any sense.
I totally forgot about Keon. So there's your 6 right there. Keon Crossing. Boom. Done.
And that
Oh,
means
Keon
our
Crossman is
second
going to
area
make
is going to
Tinker's
be
a special
trash
team.
because
So,
Sertain
Alex,
and
are you
Madison
saying
were
you
all
want Noah
aesthetic hires.
right now, week 1? Do you want Noah on the field week 1 playing most of the snaps? Is that what you're saying?
Being coached by Sam Madison, I wouldn't mind.
If Noah has a good preseason, hold on. If Noah has a great preseason and a great camp, then yes, I would want to see Noah out there.
I
Now,
want
if
to
he
see
doesn't-
Noah under
If
Sam
he doesn't
Madison.
pan out, if he doesn't pan out, and he doesn't work out, then you trade him and try to get maybe a 6th-round pick for him.
And what
You
is
get
the
something for him.
disrespect of Sam Madison? He won with the Giants. So he played and won with the Giants, and then he won another
But
Super Bowl as a
guys,
coach.
I gotta go.
What the
I'm
hell
out.
are you guys doing?
I'll talk to you
What
guys later.
disrespect?
Have a good day.
Sam
Oh,
Madison.
How is that
Steven,
disrespecting Sam Madison?
thank
That's
you.
why I'm saying Igbenogany should either learn
Hey,
this year or
Steven,
get
thank
cut.
you again for that, bro.
You
I
got to
really
give
appreciate
Sam a
that, man.
chance.
Be good,
You're not
Alex.
even talking about that.
Thank you
Steven,
again,
can I
bro.
ask you a
This
question?
or
You're
that.
welcome.
Steven, can I ask you a question?
Yep. By
What's
all
the
means.
rush? What's the rush to discard Noah? I understand we have a lot of good players, but what's the rush? Knowing that, just to round out this question,
that
knowing
is a
that
fair
if
question.
he works out, it's a very profitable outcome.
It
Given
is.
that we have X under contract for only so many years, we have Byron under contract for so many years. To re-sign one of them would be more expensive than Noah working out. Even if we were to re-sign Noah after a couple more years, the rate that he would cost if he does work out. So that's why I'm. Why are we in such a rush to discard him?
So a couple of things, Triple S podcast. Number one, I think that's a great question, right? Here's my problem with Noah. Okay. This team is built to be successful and win football games now. And I think part of winning is everybody that is on your 53-man roster contributing. And when somebody like Noah Igbenogany, if he was a 3rd round or a 4th round pick, he would have been cut. He would have been gone. The only reason that he is still on this squad today and not getting cut last year was because he's a first round pick. If he was not a first round pick, he would have been cut because he has not contributed to this football team. He hasn't. And so I look at other people like bubble people, right? Like you want to go to bubble people. Clayton Fendulum is on the bubble. Sammy Guavon is on the bubble. Verone McKinley's on the bubble. Trill Williams on the bubble. Keon Crossan on the bubble. Sheldrick Redwine probably on the bubble, right?
That's because they're not under contract. They don't have those
on the bubble.
But
they got 1 year on their contract.
Less's point, we know where we're stacked. We're stacked. I mean, up front at the corner positions, right? And there's been nothing to show that Xavier and Byron aren't going to stay healthy, knock on wood. So with that in the back of your mind, saying, okay, I got two guys here, have a very good track record of staying healthy for the most part. They've had a couple of injuries. I'm not denying that. But, you know, they also have a very good track record for the most part of staying healthy.
Stephen D, I have a question for you.
Hold on.
Wait, Sharif. I got one for him. I got one.
I got to follow up
finish Triple S.
and then I'm gonna be good.
So they have that. I think there are other positions where, man, maybe we can add one more to this and maybe take away from that. And right now, I personally see a lot of talent at the top of the depth chart on the secondary. So if we have 6 to 10 guys, maybe we have 5 to 9, maybe we have 6 to 9, or I don't know. And so Noah, in my opinion, is a luxury to have as a first round pick and keep on the roster because of the depth that we have. That is true. I can make the argument for that. But you can also make the argument that the man hasn't. Why are we taking away from somebody who rightfully deserves a spot on this 53 for a player that because he was a first round draft pick?
It's not because he's a first round draft pick. It's not that.
Rashad, let me ask you, would a 4th round draft pick survive what happened to him last year? The answer is no. It wouldn't.
That's why you changed the coaching. That's why.
Wait.
One quick follow-up.
A 4th round pick in the second year?
It's a follow-up to my question, man.
No, he just asked me a question.
Be successful because of the coaching. This is why you can change coaching, and they will be successful with different coaching.
My question,
and Triple S, I'll let you get your follow up in. But to Sharif, to your answer, it's not like McDaniel was specifically bought in. He was bought in for Tua. He was not brought in because Noah Igbenogany.
And that's why I said a 2-time Super Bowl winner, Sam Madison, was brought in specifically to teach Noah how to turn it. I watched the all 22.
He's literally.
Why would they bring in a guy?
He's literally
specifically
yelling
to train somebody on the practice squad.
But my point is,
you don't even talk to the practice squad guys, bro.
My point is,
and Sharif Rashad, to your point, and then I'll let Triple S go. Let Triple S have his follow up, guys.
Go ahead.
What I'll say to you, gentlemen, is we're talking about catering the rules to one player. And the only time that is ever done is for 2 reasons. A player that is on a humongous contract or a player that was a high round draft pick, aka first overall draft pick. If he was a 4th round draft pick, I guarantee you that if we did a poll, he would have been cut last year. He wouldn't have been kept.
In his second year,
are you willing to give him
in
a
his
try?
second year, he would have been cut.
4th round draft pick would have been cut.
Wait. A 21-year-old 4th round draft pick
would have been
who
cut.
has some potential. Raw would have been cut. Okay.
Who can't even make special teams. Can't even make special teams.
That was actually Tankersley and Lippett.
Special teams,
bro.
He made special teams.
He was on the practice squad.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, that was actually Tankersley and
because he was a healthy scratch does not mean he did not make his first year. Did he play special teams?
Bro, he didn't even.
His first year, did he play corner?
Bro,
what's your point? The second year, after watching him play the first year, they're like, "Hey, man, guess what? You're going on the practice squad."
Let's snap count because
so what do you
guys want me to bring up Noah's snap?
So he gets demoted, and you're like, "Oh, he's great because he got demoted."
Noah Igbenogany snap count.
Sounds like Tua.
Here we go.
Yeah, because I could have sworn Tua missed about 7 games his first 2 years.
Hey, I'm not on the Tua train either. So
this is why
don't
I
get that
agree.
confused.
This is why
what I'm saying is we're quick to cut somebody because one's a healthy scratch. One can't stay healthy. So what's worse?
And let's go back in time, really.
At least I can work with one.
At that time.
And then let me hit my follow up, Stephen. After you go.
Noah Igbinoghene
Go
had
ahead.
74 snaps last year in a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 games. And 62 of those 74 came in one game, the Jacksonville game. And we saw how that worked out for Noah, didn't we? So, if you take away those 62 snaps off of that one game, the man played literally 8 snaps the entire rest of the year. So you want to sit there and tell me with a straight face, number one, that if he was a 4th round draft pick, that yes, we would have catered to him. He would have been on the practice squad. We would have kept him. And wrong answer. Number 2, you want to sit there and tell me, Alex, and I know you're not up here and I apologize, but I'm going to call you out. Bro, you want to sit here and tell me with a straight face that he's going to make this big jump and become better than Byron Jones? I laugh at you guys, all 3 of you. I got to do the...
I disagree. I disagree with you.
Let Triple go. Let Triple go.
So my next question.
Let me just
my
say
only
this, please,
follow-up.
Rashawn, when you're done.
So my only follow-up is, when you say cut, are you referring to like just a straight up cut, or are you saying he might end up on the practice squad? So why? So you don't think he's in the top 16 that will make the 53?
Nope, sure don't.
Damn. All right.
So let's go back in time.
That's hard.
Because let's all put on our GM hats here.
Isaiah 4.
At the time, we didn't know that X would have hit his girlfriend, and he had a knee injury at the time. So he was on crutches fighting his girlfriend. At that time, Greer had to do what he had to do. I said it on this panel. If we couldn't get Tristan Wirfs, you get Cesar Ruiz and Tua. I said that. So I agree partly with Stephen D. Where we can't say we should have, if X hadn't have hit his girlfriend and had that blown out knee, we didn't need Noah. Things happen. Moving up to now, we got to give Sam a chance. 2-time Super Bowl winner.
Let's go further back in time, Sharif. Do you remember Jamar Fletcher?
I'm gonna let you rock, but let's say now, right? If we're gonna give Tua a chance, right? If we're gonna give Gesicki a chance, right? Because I think Gesicki's on the hot seat, even if I can get a 3rd round pick for him, right? He's on the same hot seat as Preston, because they're not even allowing him to catch one pass. He's just blocking on the sideline. And to me, that's too much tape for the fans to know. But that's what he's doing. They don't want him. To me, Hunter Long is making plays. Did you see the plays Hunter Long made? They don't want Gesicki, bro.
Did we just change subjects?
But moving on, I think that we have to at least give Sam a chance to develop his head turning, because right now all Igbo is Terrell Buckley without turning his head. Terrell Buckley is always there to make the tackle, but never turns his head. And if Sam can change that.
Did you just say Noah Igbinoghene and Terrell Buckley in the same sentence?
Nah, he forgot about Jamar Fletcher, Steven. He forgot about Jamar Fletcher.
Never turns his head, man. That's the problem with T-Buck.
You guys want to go back in time? You don't remember Jamar Fletcher, right?
Practice squad players.
No, he's not Jamar.
All of that. What about Isaiah Ford? What kept him on the team?
At second
he was
round.
inactive for seasons.
Jamar Fletcher's over Noah Igbinoghene any day of the week. Twice on Sunday.
Jamar Fletcher had no talent.
Let me say it again.
Absolutely none. That was a blown pick.
Yes.
More than Jordan. That was a blown pick higher than Jordan as a bust.
Over one Noah Igbinoghene.
Tua just got sacked.
Okay. We're not going to talk about all the other plays that have been great from what I heard Tua's balling today.
Hey, I'm just saying, like, he got sacked.
Once we put things in perspective, we won't be as mad as Greer, because at the time, X didn't have to hit his girlfriend and his knee being
To
blown.
change the subject real quick, look, Connor Williams got manhandled by Rashard Davis. We seen Austin Jackson trip over an imaginary person without pads on, and we got Michael Dieter in a boot. We need to start focusing on the O-line for real, bro.
Yeah. I didn't say it was Tua's fault that he got sacked, by the way. I just said he got sacked.
We got 3.
No, I'm just saying,
but
I'm
Steven's
just saying
on the
as far as depth in
defense.
general.
Cap,
I am right now, bro. I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I'm straight up because I
Cap, you
feel
don't
like
agree?
here's my problem because two things. It comes off one that I'm this Noah Igbenogany hater. I'm not. But
No,
for the
I don't
same,
believe
but for the same people that are giving this energy about, oh my God, Tua this, Tua that, or X person this or X
We're
person,
not those
whatever.
people.
I got you. Okay. I understand. And I apologize for lumping you in with that thought process, Rashad. I do not mean to do that. But what I am is I want people to have the same energy that the 53-man roster, the 53rd man counts for something. And if a player is not playing, why is he here? I don't care that he's a first round
But
draft pick.
he is playing.
Care that he's
There's,
Yeah, Jamar
21 years
Fletcher didn't
old
get
and
3 years.
there's
He
actually
was Rashad.
there's
He was
actually
playing. He's not playing no more.
there's
The fact of the
actual
matter
players
is,
who
Byron
do
Jones
not
will be coming
play,
back
like
week
literally
3
the
of
whole
preseason,
season.
and we need Igbo until then. He's the starting corner opposite
I
X.
never want to see Fedulum
We
on
got
the
to question
defense
why did
again.
Byron
Special
Jones
teams,
take that
okay,
injury
I
surgery
understand that.
when he did.
I understand your point, Steven. Special teams, yes, I understand you. If he ever hits that defense,
wasn't he a captain? Wasn't Fedulum a captain?
I don't
Fedulum
give
was
a
a
damn
captain,
what
and
he
Noah wasn't
was.
even on special teams. Correct, Steven.
Listen to me.
Thank you.
Bobby McCain was hurt. Fedulum was on the field for one play, and Bobby McCain said, "Get
Bobby
off."
McCain has been on this team in 2
Get
years,
off.
Rashad.
And Fedulum was, and Tyreek ran right by him, and he said,
Fedulum
"Get
is
off
not
the
on
field."
this team.
He said, "Get
He's
off
cut
the
2
field."
months ago.
If I had a choice between
Hurt
Bobby
and
McCain
all,
and Fedulum, yes,
get
I
off
take
the
Bobby
field.
McCain every day of the week. But the point of the fact of the matter is you guys are trying to make Noah
no.
like you're trying to give him one of these roster spots when the
This is my.
reality is he doesn't even use
You're,
it. It's not
you're
even
missing my point.
utilized.
You're missing my point.
I'm not missing
I
your
can
point,
put somebody on the
Steven, do you
field
know
to
that
do.
there's a
I
such
can
thing
put
as a
somebody.
dime
Wait,
package
Sharif.
where you need
Wait,
6
Sharif.
corners?
Sharif, hold on. I will put somebody on the field to give me what Fedulum gives me. I can do that with ease.
Rashad, time out. Rashad, you talk about dime packages and blitz packages, right? New Orleans, 2 snaps. Carolina, 10 snaps. Baltimore, 0 snaps. Las Vegas, 0 snaps. Did not play New England. Did not play Tennessee. Did not play against the Jets. Did not play against Houston. Did not play against Buffalo. Did not play against Atlanta. Did not play against Tampa Bay. Did not play against Indianapolis. Did not play against Buffalo. And did not play against New England. Why the hell am I wasting a roster spot on this guy?
Yeah, that's starting material right there, buddy.
Wait. What did we do with Michael Dieter? When we seen he was messing up, didn't we just sit him healthy scratches for the rest of the season?
Like that, Steven.
Right? Did we not?
We didn't have the
Yes or
luxury
no?
of death on the O line, though, bro.
I think you need to direct
listen
that
to-
at
li-
Greer
that's my-
because he
that's
could
my
have gotten
point.
Cesar
Wait,
Ruiz with that.
That's
You
my
need
You don't
to
think we
direct
have a
that
luxury in the
towards Greer.
secondary, Rashad?
That's my point. Why would I put Noah out there if I don't need him right now? Michael Dieter, we had no O lineman. We had 0 O linemen. We said, Michael Dieter, you sit. We want you to
But I
develop.
think-
We want you to develop mentally
played,
instead of
Rashad.
get reps.
He
We don't
had
want you to get no
1,
reps.
2 out of the 6 games he played.
It's the
Out of
so
the 6
did Michael
games he
Dieter.
played, out of the 6
Okay.
games he did play, Rashad, 3 of them he didn't even have any snaps.
Steven,
What
let
do
me
you
hit you
want
with the
But
from
you
me,
need
bro?
to
Steven,
direct.
let
I
me
think you
Wait,
need
wait,
to direct
wait,
that.
y'all.
Yeah,
Wait,
go ahead,
wait a
Ross.
minute.
Go ahead, Rashad.
Wait a
Go
minute.
ahead, Rashad.
Wait a minute.
But you got to direct that
Because
towards Greer.
Sharif,
because
give me
Cesar
1
Ruiz
minute,
was there.
please.
I'll
God,
direct that towards
please.
career.
No, but that's what it comes down to because he's heated trying to argue that a better player who I thought was there, you picked a cornerback.
Sharif, I will direct it at Greer if Noah makes the squad and is a healthy scratch. If Noah makes the 53 man and at any point in time this year, he what you call it? If Noah makes the 53 and Noah is a healthy scratch and does not dress, I will go off on Greer. I will scream from the rooftops.
Listen, I wanted Tua Tagovailoa and Cesar Ruiz because we couldn't get Tristan Wirfs. I'm going back in time. Like we were
don't
in
have
war
them,
room.
Sharif.
And I'm
I
telling
don't
Sharif
care
won't let
nothing
that
about
go.
them.
Sharif will not let that go.
You are really adamant about Tristan Wirfs, bro. I know you brought him up thousands of times,
Steven,
bro. What's
how
up,
bad
man?
has our defense? We have an elite defense. We have a top 5 defense in our heads.
Yes.
It will be hard. It will be hard for up and coming cornerback to get reps. I mean, granted, he should. If we were up by 1,000, I'm sure he would be on the field more. But we actually need these players on the field. How bad our offense is, the players we can develop, and all these other things. Why are they not getting on the field? Why are they healthy scratches for more than half of the season? And why are they still here?
Like
Can
Hunter
you
Long.
give me? Well, Hunter Long is somebody who I would like to see this year. Right? Hunter Long's going into a.
Why don't we cut him?
Time out, Rashad.
He's a third round pick. Why don't we cut him?
I'm going to answer your question. Hunter Long, gentlemen, correct, is going into a second year, right?
Yeah.
Right?
Second year.
Hunter Long had a season-ending career or a season-ending injury last year, correct? So he didn't get a chance to play, correct?
He did? No, he didn't. What was his injury?
Hunter Long. Why did Hunter Long play last year?
Oh, you're thinking of Shaheen. Shaheen had the injury. That wasn't Hunter Long.
Shaheem was not vaccinated, so they didn't let him play or something like that until the.
Shaheen got hurt, and Hunter came in one game, I think, or 1 or 2 games, and he dropped the ball. And he never
Shaheen and Carson are done.
Did Hunter Long get hurt last year? I'm almost positive
I
Hunter
don't
Long.
see one. I'm looking at him on.
He was in a boot in training camp. He was in a boot.
He did, and he didn't, and so I think he came back.
That was in training camp. He played.
He didn't get hurt. He didn't get hurt, Steven. In week 2, he was inactive. Coach's decision. Healthy scratch. In October 24th, coach's decision.
Go ahead, Triple S. I'm listening. Week 2, he was healthy scratch. Keep going.
Yeah, and then October 24th. Not sure. Okay, week 6, healthy scratch again. So that's 2 times healthy scratch.
Okay.
Then the next news is doesn't practice Wednesday for a non-COVID related illness on December 15th.
Okay.
Then December 17th, he will play. So that same week he didn't practice on Wednesday, he played the Sunday.
Okay.
With illness.
And
he was available.
Okay, he was available. He also had Mike Gesicki, Durham Smythe, and Adam Shaheen and Carter Smith that were all playing.
You can't do that, Steve.
Sounds like Xavier Howard, Byron Jones ahead of Noah.
I know you're about to say, Rashad. He is in his second year. If he does the same thing again this year, I'm gonna have the same energy for him that I have for Noah this year. I will have the same energy for him.
Can I ask you one question?
But Noah played his first year. That's my point. You talking about?
But Rashad, after watching him played, they took him off the field.
It wasn't like he did enough to stay on the field, bro. He wasn't good enough.
Roach and Steven, can I ask you guys a follow-up question?
And
Go ahead.
And the fullback, Ingold. I don't think there's going to be 4 tight ends on this team. Maybe 4 at most. I think Carthon and Shaheen is gone, and I think Gesicki is right. They're probably holding him out not to get hurt. That's what my thinking is. And if Greer can pull that trigger and get a 3rd round pick for him, that's because to me, Gesicki is already starting to complain in the media, saying things like it looks like I should have complained to get my money and things like that. You don't be a damper early in camp like this with a franchise tag on you. But one of the things I want to also mention is I truly believe that there's not going to be that much tight ends positioned with the fullback. So when we talk about who's going to make this team, I see Smythe making it. I see Hunter Long making it. I see Ingold making it. And so that's 3 guys who can play 3 positions.
100%. I don't think Shaheen will make it.
I don't see Carthon and Shaheen making this team.
Yeah, me neither.
So that's going to probably be for Gesicki.
If Gesicki gets traded, and that's a big if, okay? If Gesicki gets traded, it'll go Durham Smythe, Adam Shaheen, and Hunter Long.
I think Hunter Long is making more plays right now, though.
Yeah.
So Steven and Roach, who are seem to be on the anti-Igbenogany train, which you're entitled to your opinion. So I would say this: does the fact that we're going to have to pay X and Byron, we don't know what their longevity looks like, does that change your outlook or opinion at all, or does it? Are you still get rid of this guy regardless?
Really good question. No, it does not, and here's why. If he's not good enough to be on any active squad now, he's definitely not good enough in my opinion, to have the opportunity to present himself as a potential starter down the line when these guys leave, right? So
does it merit him even being on the practice squad until maybe next year when
he's
Byron's
a first
situation
round
changes
draft
to
pick,
see what he is at that point?
He's not eligible for
a
that
first,
anymore.
again,
Yeah, no, you get 6 spots. You get 6 spots of regardless of experience and
he would
age,
have to,
and then you get
he
10
would have
spots
to
that are
clear
restricted.
waivers.
So
He would
he
have
could be
to
on the
clear
practice
waivers
squad.
to go to the practice squad. He would have to clear waivers to go to the practice squad. And
This is his third year. He would have to
clear waivers.
In a cornerback starve league, a first round draft pick,
he would not clear
is gonna
waivers.
try to be developed.
And what does that tell you?
Preston
Maybe
would
we
have
should
to
hold
clear
on to it.
waivers as well.
No, it doesn't tell me that. I mean, there are plenty of players that I'm sure teams are like, well, look, I think there are plenty of people that if let's put it this way, if Noah was on another team and got cut, I would be the first one to raise my hand and say, you know what? Hey, there's a guy we should at least give a shot, because sometimes a new place and a new staff and just a new environment can mean the difference for a player. We've all seen it. And maybe
I think he merits one of those practice squad spots, though, in my opinion, just until next year.
But he'll never clear waivers. He'll never clear waivers. So we're going to take
Are you for sure he has to clear waivers to
So
be on
Stephen
one of those
D.
6 spots?
100% sure.
Would it be over under on picks by week 3 of preseason? Because that's when Byron will be back and Noah has to start on the boundary.
So you talking about Noah getting interceptions in games?
Yeah, what's the over under? Over 3, under 3?
Oh, well, I mean, if 3 is it, then I'm taking the under.
Because Byron's not playing. You realize that. Noah will have to prove that he's
Noah
trash.
gets 1 interception in 3 playoff games, I'll be excited about it.
Preseason.
Okay,
just get one.
Preseason.
Give me one time.
Okay, let's add the Tampa Bay. Let's add the Tampa Bay scrimmage as well. So that'll be 4 times Noah gets to show out. Because I'm telling you, they're not gonna let Byron play that week 3. He probably may just suit up. We're needing Byron for week 1. So the thing is, either Igbo has over 3 interceptions or under, and I'm going with the over.
Well, again, I'm glad I don't gamble. But even if I did, I would never take that bet.
Because I think he's
I have a question.
I think he's going to get all the
I just read
snaps.
the other day that Damon Arnett was cleared of charges on the gun issue. Didn't the Dolphins sign him at the end of last year? And is he still on the?
I don't think
He's
is
not anymore.
He's not anymore.
He's not there anymore. No.
No, but to that being said, right? Like
he's going to get all the snaps. Over 3. You could sit there and say, hey, under 3, and then we'll go at it later.
Andrevius is here.
I'm just explaining to you in not so many terms that I truly believe that the Miami Dolphins have to utilize every single one of their picks to people that will play or have the ability to play when they are on this team. And I understand there are so many. I understand 2 things. I understand there's so many players that can dress, right? 46, 48, something like that, out of the 53. I understand that even out of that 46, only so many players are going to get snaps because of the people that are in front of them. But I also understand that when you do dress, normally you do make an impact. Out of 46 guys who dress, I'm willing to guess maybe 5 or 6 of them 0 snaps, and that's a lot. I feel like
I am willing to say that Noah plays so good up to week 2 of preseason that he does not play week 3 because he will secure a spot.
And if that happens, I'll shut up. But I'm telling you right now, he's done nothing for me to warrant his.
So who are your 9 defensive backs that you're going to put on your active?
I don't think they're going to keep 9 bills.
So Sharif, why do you think he got put on the practice squad then?
Pardon me?
Why did Noah go on the practice squad? Why
Noah
did they
never
sit him?
went on the practice squad, y'all. Noah was.
Or why didn't he dress?
Who didn't dress?
Why didn't he dress?
You mean last year?
Yes.
Yeah. Because we just were fortunate. Why did Byron take the injury surgery the time that he did? What did he check? Is he trying to freaking sabotage us? But guess what? Noah will get all 60 snaps each game. We'll see if he's trash or not. Starting August 20.
So you believe that Noah is going to play 3 games in the preseason, all 3, and he's going to have.
No, I think he's going to play so well in the Tampa scrimmage in the first 2 games that he's not going to need to play week 3. We're going to see guys like Trill probably get his final chance, and other guys like Isaiah.
Can you all explain? All right. So let me explain this to you, or let me ask you this, gentlemen. They want to see if we want to vote Mark off. Mark hasn't even said 2 words, but I will ask the question. I don't think he deserves.
Mark, you better jump on the table to save yourself.
Mark,
you good? You good?
Wait, what has Mark done today?
Mark has.
I haven't even heard him talk. He hasn't even talked.
And they want me to ask.
It's just the name alone.
The panel will have a vote.
I haven't been like watching the show this morning. I've been busy.
Abide by the panel here. I vote for no. Do not kick him off, Roach.
Well, he said, hold on. He said for the comment he made.
That just why. Yes or no.
Well, I need to know what the comment is. How can I make a decision?
He hasn't said nothing. It doesn't warrant him being kicked off, but that's my opinion. Roach.
I'm undecided.
Oh my God.
I don't know. I need more info. He said he made a comment.
I need more info too. What did Mark do? What did he say?
He didn't say anything.
So
he said he had a comment in the chat. Is what
I
I
asked
said.
a question about David Arnett.
Yeah,
he asked a question about what?
Arnett.
Steven was talking about monogamy in week 2 playing time.
Yeah. Can I go back to my? Do we vote him off? I'm voting to keep him on, and I'm not having another vote for a while.
I vote keep.
He didn't do nothing.
I just feel like he hasn't done anything egregious on the
Done
panel.
anything to warrant. So there's 2.
Hey, if you want to get him off, you got to pay.
I'm good.
Right?
Yeah,
Isn't
thank
that the
you.
rule
All right,
anyway? You
there's
can't just
4.
kick him off for free.
You're wrong. There you go. If you want to get him off, vote. I haven't had. Hey, you donate to the channel, help the channel grow. If you want to get him off, you can do it that way.
$10.
It's $10 for 10 minutes. It's $50 for the day. Y'all can work together. Have at it in the chat.
Mark, you were just saved by some Dolphin fans. How does that feel?
You were, Mark. That's pretty impressive.
Well, because I didn't say anything offensive to it, and I referenced everything to the Dolphins, I don't see why I would have been booted. But you folks
Maybe you
can
could
do
do
what
us
you
a
want to
solid
do.
and talk to Josh Allen, tell him to stop ripping us apart as a favor, payback.
The only comment I'll make, I see that the Bills aren't the only team having problems with the offensive line. I was just looking at the report from the Bills camp, and Buffalo's offensive line right now is just a train wreck, and Josh Allen is getting slaughtered.
Wow.
Well, I like the sound of that.
I think that's going to be today for everybody.
All right, so I want to ask you.
Titans right side isn't
can I
working
ask
out, or
Triple
what?
S and Rashad
Yeah,
a
what's
question, or is Sharif a question?
Yeah, what's up?
You guys are so adamant to defend Noah. Explain to me why you both think that Noah Igbenogany deserves one of the
Sharif, you wanna
53
go
man
first or
roster
me?
spots. I need you to make a case for him right now.
Sharif, you first or me?
Be specific. Triple S first, then Sharif second.
All right.
Go.
I would say it's not so much an argument for him to get one of the 53 spots. It's more of a devil's advocate approach, I would say, and asking questions like when I asked you guys, what's the rush to get rid of him so quickly? He's young. If we can get him into one of those 16 practice squad spots. So I'm not even necessarily advocating that he should get one of the 53. I just think that with our impending situation at corner, that it wouldn't hurt to have another guy with potential in the building that, maybe, of course, maybe he doesn't work out. He hasn't worked out yet, but maybe he does. And if we can keep him without it being a detriment, like we're not taking a spot away from someone who can actually contribute and be a big help, then I'm for that. But if it does take away from someone who will contribute and help us, then I would say try to get him on the practice squad. If he gets claimed, then, you were going to cut him anyway. So you might as well try to keep him if he's in that top 16 that don't make the 53.
Hi, guys. I don't really care about Noah Igbo's status unless he's going to play well. So I'm late to the show. Just tell me to shut up if I'm late. Have we talked about Tristan Wirfs being carted off today?
We mentioned it. We haven't talked about it, but
And Dravius, I just read it was a cramp, and he's fine.
Oh, damn it.
All right.
Yo, you shouldn't be wishing on that man's downfall.
All right, hold on. Let me let Sharif.
Darn
Sharif,
it, as in,
Yeah,
no.
so
Make your statement.
the reason why I think Noah has a role to play, I think a lot of teams, for one, will be trying to catch us up. And I think that dime package is going to be hit hard. So that if we're going to complete the dime package, that's 2 safeties and 4 cornerbacks, 2 boundary and 2 slot. Okay, if you're going to put Nick Needham as the top slot, then who's going to be the second slot on the side of X? And so that means Rashard Jones and Holland are up top protecting the end zone. So to me, it like I said, Isaiah Campbell, I'm sorry, I'm giving Igbenogany that spot. And if that means he's going to be the backup to Igbenogany if Igbenogany gets hurt. So that means Isaiah makes the team. Who's the backup safety? McKinley.
Okay. I hear you. All right, Rashad, I'm going to give you a chance to defend Noah. Rashad, go ahead. Why does Noah
Hold up, y'all can hear me.
Yes.
So mainly my answer is you need a dime package. We have to.
I hear you. I'm gonna count. I want Rashad to have an opportunity. Rashad, give us an opportunity, or tell me why Noah deserves one of the 53-man slots.
Can you hear me without this loud whistle in the background?
Yep, you're good. We hear you. Make your case.
All right. So last year, from the DBs we had last year, what 2 starters are out? McCourty and
make the case. Don't make questions. Make the case.
Okay. We're missing McCourty and Coleman, right?
Okay.
And then who's going to take their positions? We need 2 more people to take those positions. We had 9 DBs last year. Start 9 DBs a game. Who's going to be those 9 this year?
Okay. All right. So what I'm hearing from all 3 of you gentlemen are, because we're going to have 9 DBs, Noah, by process of elimination and who's on this roster, automatically gets one. I'm also hearing that because of the dime package that he should be good in or is made for, that he should get one of the slots. And my counter argument to you gentlemen is he has not done it yet. He hasn't shown it. He hasn't dressed for it. He hasn't played snaps. What makes you think that now is different because 2 guys are not here? What makes you think because 2 guys are not here anymore that he's all of a sudden going to be the guy that steps up and makes that jump to do it? And by the way,
Steven,
go ahead. I'll let you guys go. Hold on, Epps. I'll let you get in here.
I have to go to the doctor so quickly, hopefully.
All right, go ahead, Epps. Go ahead.
All right. Hey, so Mark, I just want to be quick. You didn't say this comment. Mark, Jets gang, these delusional Dolphins fans are so full of themselves because they get a busted up offensive tackle. Yes, no, because they get a busted offensive tackle who may only play 10 games and have a pregnant woman beater and are beating their chest. Did you not say that, Mark? Did you not say that?
I didn't say it on the panel.
You said it in the chat. Did you not say it? Okay, you guys just defended this guy.
Wait,
soft.
Mark, are you
soft.
Jets gang now?
Hey,
Yeah,
that's the
yeah.
Hey,
Mark Jets
Epps,
gang.
I was
These
asking what he said, wasn't I?
Let me say, these delusional Dolphins fans are so full of themselves because they get busted up over an offensive tackle who may only play 10 games and a pregnant woman beater. And you left him on the panel. Bye. Soft.
Wait, Epps. I feel like my biggest concerns is you wrote that as Jets gang. Who are you?
I didn't write Jets. No, I wrote it to Jets gang.
He wrote it to Jets gang. He was because Jets gang was in there. He was merely stating that point.
And on either of those points, am I wrong?
I had
you know what?
1, 2, 3, 4.
Now I vote to get you out of here, Mark. You know what?
We already did that. We already voted. Can't revote. If you want the man off, you gotta pay to get him off. Okay? We voted. We're not boys. Votes.
Well, I don't feel like paying.
If I would have seen that comment, Steven, if I would have known that, I would have voted differently.
Y'all should have paid attention to the chat. That's how this works. I'll have to make some more clearer rules, but what I'm not going to do is have a vote and then 10 minutes later have another vote. Donate to the channel, help the channel grow. And if you want to make a change on how we do the processing of voting, do like Von Joe, come up here and we'll see if that is a change we want to make to the show. Okay? God. I'm just saying, between 2 days, $2.
Keith Smith
Donate to the
says, how
channel.
much
Help the
would it
channel
cost
grow.
to get
Let's go.
Andrevius out? Keith Smith, your money ain't long enough to get me out. I'm telling you that right now.
$10 for 10 minutes. It's $50 for the day. It's $200 for the week.
Go ahead,
What you do to
Keith
Keith, man? What you do?
I don't know what I did to Keith, but
$10
show me
for
your
the day,
money long.
$50
Show me your
for
money long. Get me out.
10 minutes.
Get me
$50
out so I
for the
can
day.
piss you off by getting myself back up.
And you can and you can
match
pay
anything
double on the first two, and if you pay $200,
I'm just trying to see how long his money is. Talking all that mess.
He's not gonna do it. He's not gonna do it. Keith ain't gonna.
How much is it for a month, Steven?
Dead serious. So we've never had it.
He said it. He said it.
1 month
He said he's
ban.
dead serious.
I
How
know.
much for a month?
Okay, so we don't have 1 month bans. We have 2 month bans, and they're 1,000 for 2 months.
Why not a 1 month?
We do.
Go ahead, do it. Do it,
Because
Keith.
It's
200.
I mean, I guess
Do it,
you know
Keith.
what? I'll say 500 for 1 month. 500 for 1 month.
Do it, Keith.
500 for 1 month.
And how much is it for Andrevius to block that?
If you're going to donate that much, please donate on Cash App.
Yeah.
Start
And how much is
YouTube doesn't get 50%.
or PayPal, right?
I get it. Yeah, all right.
How much does it cost Andrevius to the block?
So if we said 250 for or 200, if somebody paid 200 for the week, it was 250 to get back on. Let's say if somebody pays 500 for a month,
750.
750 to get back on.
Goozy.
Hmm.
How much for a month?
That's more than a
Watch him not
PlayStation
do
5.
it after he said he was dead serious.
Say what?
This is when you see
We'll
who's
see-
legit.
we'll see if he's
This is
about
how
it.
you know who's legit.
We will
Keith
see.
Smith. Keith Smith over
And
here.
all I'm hearing right
he's
now
starting
is
to-
this, Steven,
He's
from him.
starting to go. He's starting to go fund me to get rid of me.
I ain't seen nothing come across the screen yet. Just crickets.
How about that? He said, "Say one more thing," and he's pressing it. You're a bitch, Keith.
No, you can't tell people that, bro. That's a swear jar.
I don't care.
We don't call people
I don't
names.
care.
Andrevius,
Press the
we don't call
button.
people names.
Oh,
You don't.
I'm going to
people
call
names.
him a name.
Don't call him names. No name calling.
I just did.
He did ask.
All right, he did. No name.
He
call.
said,
But I don't think he'll do it.
Look at it. Look at it. Exactly. He's not going to do anything except for send empty promises from the chat. Boo. You know what?
Bruh's all talk.
"Yep, it ain't happening."
Seal said.
Got the whole show staring at him now.
We do. I ain't gonna lie. We got
and
the
nothing.
whole show seeing. Bro, what you gonna do? You don't stop the whole show, Keith. What you gonna do, Keith?
And I just double pissed him off by deleting his messages. Now
Hey,
what?
hold on. He's probably installing PayPal or Cash App. You
People are
gotta
gonna
give
be
him a little
like,
bit.
Andrevius is petty.
He's got to download it. He's got to create an account.
He said check the Cash App, Steven.
He said, did he say check the Cash App?
Yeah.
Hold on, I'm looking.
Dun, 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 dun,
Let's see if he
dun.
did it. I'll actually be happy if he did do it.
You'd respect it?
Yeah. Cozy.
I don't see it yet.
Cap. Anyways. So,
I don't see
what's
it
going
yet.
on in camp, guys?
I don't even see the comment where it says check your Cash App.
Yeah, I don't see the comment where it says check the Cash App.
All right. Well,
So,
now that we
training
know,
camp, training camp.
now that we know that he don't got what it takes, what else we got?
Are y'all calling him Noah? Are y'all calling him Noah that Igbenogany? He doesn't have it?
Okay. All right.
I think we kind of killed Noah.
I know.
We killed
I
the
think I'm over that conversation. Somebody please change this up.
Noah's not dead.
Restart.
19.
We need a reset, Steven.
I'm not done.
I don't. My
you've
music
just
ain't
been-
working.
You've just been punked.
I think we're not
that's
done
right.
yet when it
I
comes
think
to
I've
Noah.
just been punked. I think I've just been punked. That's all right. Somebody will do it one day. I'll get it.
We're just
Do your
supposed to go out
dance,
there with,
AB. Do your dance.
we're supposed to go out there with 3 corners now for the whole season. You guys are killing you.
Do your dance, AB. Do your dance.
I know, right? Like that's how it is right now. Because
What's going on?
You
What's
can't
going
do
on
that.
in training
Like,
camp?
I'm all like, bro, like, yeah.
Why haven't I seen any
So according
highlights
to
or anything? What's going
Oyafusi,
on?
Oyafusi says they were winning. The defense was winning early on in 11-on-11s, and now I'm seeing positive stuff about the offense. So I don't know.
Number 19 make the difference.
Right now, they're rotating through quarterbacks, running plays right now.
Juan Soto has just been traded, by the way.
Juan Soto got traded to who?
To the San Diego Padres.
Wow.
Oh.
Yeah.
No, they're playing
And
good.
are they going to pay him what he
Mm,
wants?
They're playing
That's
good.
my luck.
Padres and Nationals have agreed in principle to a Juan Soto trade with Josh Bell also going to San Diego. That
Oh
is
my God.
huge. It'll
They
go
got
down
a
to
good
one of the
team.
biggest deals in Major League Baseball history. It sends the 23-year-olds to San Diego.
He want money.
Fernando Tatis and Manny Machado are not involved in the deal. So that team has Manny Machado, Fernando Tatis Jr., and Juan Soto on the same team, bruh.
Oh my God, yo.
Crazy lineup, bro.
It's over for my Giants. I tell you that much. We might as well sit everybody.
Receive C.J. Abrams, Russell Hassel, James Wood, Harlan Susana. So all their top prospects. They got all their top prospects. All their top prospects from San Diego gone. Top 5 gone. Bing.
That's a horrible trade.
C.J. Abrams is not a prospect, but still.
Who's the GM there? Like, what are they doing?
Crazy trade.
I'm assuming they placed a huge
Omar
bet
Kelly
somewhere.
says Tua with a touchdown pass to Eric Ezukama. Ball was in the bucket, 35 yards downfield, and the rookie stiff-armed a defender to the ground. Great ball placement.
Oh, God, please tell me it wasn't Noah.
Do your dance.
Please tell me it wasn't Noah. We got to find out who was the DB on that play. We have to. It's a must.
Ooh, 68 yards? Wait a minute.
Run?
No, the touchdown to Eric him.
I thought it was 35.
You being serious?
Huh?
No.
No, Travis Wingfield just tweeted that it was 68 yards.
No, he's saying Stephen Ross is suspended.
Oh, snap.
Oh.
No, holy shit.
How is Stephen Ross suspended from what?
No, this is legit.
Wow.
We lose a first-round pick.
How does that work? What do you?
We're losing a first and a third.
A first and a third for what?
And fined 1.5 mil.
Breaking news.
For what?
Juan Soto and the Dolphins losing a pick in like literally 3 minutes of each other. The biggest trade in Major League Baseball history and a huge breaking news in the NFL.
Whoa.
Okay. The Dolphins will forfeit.
But
First round selection in next year's draft and a third round selection.
First off, we won this investigation. Like, he misses like the first 3 games of the season. Who cares? He can't attend like 4 games. That's a win.
He don't hang out in Miami anyways, does he?
I'm confused.
He goes to the games. He goes to the games.
Why? What did we do?
But he did not get in trouble.
Is this because of Flores?
It's not because of
I think it's about the Flores lawsuit.
No, that's why he said it's not because of tanking. So what could it be?
It's got to be the meeting.
Here's the thing, Rashad.
It's got to be the meeting on the boat.
The NFL and Stephen Ross decided to.
Adam Schefter says, Keith Smith, check your Cash App, Keith Smith just said.
Oh, shit. Oh.
Did he do it?
He did $50
for
the day. He did.
So weak. You weak as hell, Keith Smith. You weak. Kick me off, but you still weak, Keith.
Do I give him the voice for that? Because he said
he did. He paid the 50.
He gets the voice.
Okay.
Andrevius can come back. We'll see if Andrevius comes back.
Andrevius, get the out of here.
There's only an hour left in the show. Oh my God.
Thank you for the $50.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you, brother.
So what was it about?
So NFL stripped the Dolphins for their 2023 first-round draft pick and 2024 third-round draft pick for violating the integrity of the game. Stephen Ross is also suspended through October 17th, and he's fined $1.5 million.
Wow.
So
That
basically,
means, hey, listen to me. For them doing
It's for
that,
tampering. That's all they got. It was
that
only
means
for
there was some
tampering.
sauce in the pudding. There was some sauce in the pudding, Papa.
Are
They
you
gotta
kidding
be,
me right now?
yo, they gotta be sauce in the pudding for them making that type of decision, man.
that's unbelievable.
But it's
Guys, I
not
want
for
you to
tanking. It's
get up here.
I
The
know.
link is pinned to the top. I want to hear your reaction. What is your
What?
reaction right now?
Wow, man, that's
What do you
crazy.
think of the Dolphins?
Wow.
Well, this is pretty big.
Hey, you know what's fucked up? You know what's fucked up?
Whoa, that's two.
Swear jar twice. That's $4.
Oh,
No
wait,
more.
wait.
Remember,
Explain
Steven,
to me.
check private chat. I got the write up of it in private chat.
Explain to me why we're losing a draft pick for hosting a retired quarterback. I'm so confused. I'm like mind blown because I thought it was about like him getting a piece of the Dolphins or something. Like, why are we he retired? Okay, I guess
Well, we'll have it in a second.
that makes no sense.
Yo, they should have used the draft pick because it's gonna be worse.
I don't. Here's my initial reaction. Right. My initial reaction is I felt like it could be worse. I do.
It could be worse. It could be worse.
Worse. But I also feel Whack Jones, you never paid your, that's right. He did. Hey, I love you, brother. Did you pay your $5 from yesterday? Pete's gas station attendant. You're being quiet because I don't think you did. Got to kick you off till you're paid up. So you owe $9 to the swear jar, Pete's gas station attendant. You owe $9 to the swear jar. Okay, Von Joe, what is your thought process here? Thank you, Whack Jones, for.
Oh, so Steven, they
I
said
think
that there's
Rashad,
proof
you-
that they
you
communicated with Brady and his agent in December of 21.
Here's the
Rashad, remember, this is during he wasn't retired. This is during him leaving the Patriots to go to Tampa around that time.
So he was a free agent and he's getting suspended.
No, this was last year.
This was him. He was still a Patriot. Okay,
Von
gotcha.
Joe, I'm reading the write up.
Wait,
It says.
Oh, this is from last year?
Yeah. They said that during the 2021 season, December, it says the Dolphins again had impermissible communications with both Mr. Brady and his agent after the 2020 season while under contract to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those discussions began no later than early December 2021 and focused on Mr. Brady becoming a limited partner in the Dolphins and possibly serving as an executive.
Wow, he got suspended for.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess.
And then there's another one with communicating with some.
Hold on 1 second.
That's what I'm reading.
Yeah. All right. So. All right. Here we go. This is from. I'm going to start from the top. Okay. Y'all want me to start from the top? I'll bring on people here. Okay.
Go ahead, man.
What's
Here we go.
going on, fellas? Oh my
You
God.
brought on the wrong person.
Oh
Hold on,
my
Pete.
God.
Pete, let him read it.
Pete, let me read what's going on. Okay. All right. Here we go. NFL Commissioner Roger Goodell today notified the Miami Dolphins of the discipline imposed for violations of the NFL policies relating to the integrity of the game. Today's announcement follows a 6-month investigation covering events from 2019 to 2022 that was led by former U.S. Attorney and SEC Chair Mary Jo White and a team of lawyers of the Devose law firm. The commissioner expressed his deep appreciation to Miss White and her colleagues for their comprehensive and objective review of these matters. The investigation focused on 2 subjects. Number 1, whether the Dolphins violated league rules prohibiting tampering with a player and a coach under contract with other clubs. And number 2, whether during the 2019 season, the Miami Dolphins intentionally lost games to improve the club's draft position in the 2020 draft. And whether the Dolphins chairman and managing general partner, Mr. Stephen Ross, offer head coach Brian Flores financial incentives or otherwise encouraged him to lose games. The commissioner thanked the Dolphins for their cooperation provided by the club and its leadership. On the tampering charges. Here we go. This is on the tampering charges, okay? The investigation conclusively established violations of the anti-tampering policy on 3 separate occasions. Not 1, 3 separate occasions, okay? So, number 1, the Dolphins had impersonable communications with quarterback Tom Brady in 2019 and 2020 while he was under contract to the New England Patriots. Those communications began as early as 2019 in August and continued throughout the 2019 season and the postseason. These numerous and detailed discussions were conducted by Mr. Bill, who in turn kept Mr. Ross and other Dolphins executives informed of his discussions with Mr. Tom Brady. Number 2, the Dolphins again had communications with both Mr. Brady and his agent during and after the 2021 season while he was under contract with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Those discussions began no later than early December 2021 and focused on Mr. Brady becoming a limited partner in the Miami Dolphins and possibly serving as football executive. Although at times they also included the possibility of his playing for the Dolphins. Both Messrs. Ross and Bill were active participants in those discussions. In 2022 of January, the Dolphins had communication with Don Yee, the agent for New Orleans Saints head coach Sean Payton, about having Mr. Payton serve as the Miami Dolphins head coach. Miami did not seek consent from the New Orleans to have this discussions, which occurred before Coach Payton announced his decision to retire as head coach of the Saints. Following that announcement, Miami requested permission to speak with Coach Payton for the first time, which New Orleans declined to grant. The investigators found tampering violations of unprecedented scope and severity, Commissioner Goodell said. I know of no prior instance of a team violating the probation on tampering with both a head coach and a star player to the potential detriment of multiple other clubs over a period of several years. Similarly, I know of no prior instance in which ownership was so directly involved of these violations. Now, tanking to improve draft position, okay? The investigation also addressed whether the Dolphins intentionally lost games during the 2019 season to improve the club's draft position in the 2020 draft, and whether Mr. Ross offered financial incentives or otherwise encouraged a head coach to do so. Okay, the investigation conclusively establishes the following. You ready? The Dolphins did not intentionally lose games in 2019, nor did anyone at the club, including Mr. Ross, instruct Coach Flores to do so. No witness contended otherwise. The Dolphins competed hard to win every game, including at the end of the season when they beat Cincinnati and the New England, despite worsening Miami's draft positioning in the 2020 draft. On a number of occasions during the 2019 season, Mr. Ross expressed his belief that the Dolphins' positions in the upcoming 2020 draft should take priority over the team's win-loss record. These comments were made most frequently to team president and CEO Tom Garfinkel, but were also made to general manager Chris Greer, senior vice president Brandon Shore, and Coach Flores. These comments, which he took to be suggestions that he lose games, troubled Coach Flores and led him to express his concerns in writing to senior club executives, each of whom assured Coach Flores that everyone, including Mr. Ross, supported him in building a winning culture in Miami. After this, Mr. Ross no longer made any such comments to Coach Flores. One such comment is claimed offer by Mr. Ross to pay Flores $100,000 to lose games, as to which there are no differing recollections about the wording, timing, or context. However phrased, such a comment was not intended or taken to be a serious offer, nor was the subject pursued in any respect by Mr. Ross or anyone else at the club. Okay? Every club is expected to make a good faith effort to win games. Commissioner Roger Goodell stated the integrity of the game and public confidence of professional football demand no less. An owner or senior executive must understand that the weight that his or her words carry and the risk that a comment will be taken seriously or acted upon, even if that is not the intent or expectation, even if made in jest or not intended to be taken seriously. Comments suggesting the draft position is more important than winning can be misunderstood and carry with them an unnecessary potential risk to the integrity of the game. The comments made by Mr. Ross do not affect Coach Flores' commitment to win, and the Dolphins competed to win every game. Coach Flores is to be commended for not allowing any comment about the relative importance of the draft position to affect his commitment to win through the football season. Based on the findings and conclusions, the following discipline will be imposed. The Dolphins will forfeit the club's first-round selection in the 2023 NFL Draft and the third-round selection of the 2024 NFL Draft. Mr. Stephen Ross is suspended through October 17, 2022. During this period, he may not be present at the Miami Dolphins facility, may not represent the club at any team or NFL event. He may not attend any league meeting prior to the annual meeting in 2023 and is removed from all league committees indefinitely and fined $1.5 million.
I can't take this, bro.
Mr. Bruce Bill, Dolphins vice chairman and limited partner, may not attend any league meeting for the remainder of the 2022 season and is fined $500,000.
Is that our future owner?
Yes, that is our future owner. This discipline is informed by the competitions committee clear guidance that more stringent discipline, including suspensions, should be imposed for tampering violations to deter future violations and to safeguard the integrity of the game. So, does
that mean Brady gets suspended?
You guys talk. A couple of things that really stand out to me. Number one, there was no, I think there's a few things. My head is wrapped around in a lot of different things.
You're trying to walk softly.
Yeah, my head is exploding too.
You sound speechless.
This is I don't even know what to say at this point.
Hold on,
It's
Pete.
hard.
Pete, give me a minute. Let me express how I feel up here. Let me get these thoughts out, and then I'll let you guys go. I think that, number one, I want to state for the record, I think Flores did the right thing. I think he went about this in every way he knew possible. I think that Stephen Ross clearly went about this in every single way, shape, or form the wrong way. Do I think that the Miami Dolphins did anything different than what maybe certain NFL teams do behind closed doors? No, probably not. But they got caught with their hand in the cookie jar. And they got caught because the people that Stephen Ross decided to bring into the building were not on the same page as him. Now, we can say that Stephen Ross is a bad guy. We can say that Flores is commendable, and all those things will be true statements. What we can also say, okay, is that Stephen Ross also never gave himself the best possibility to win because he never brought the right people through those doors. If that's the route he wanted to take, good, bad, or indifferent, he should have had other people in those positions. He didn't. He chose to bring those people in there. And I like Coach Flo. I never had an issue with him per se. Never met the guy face to face, but what I will say is, in the end, nobody wins here. This is a black eye on the football team. This is a black eye on the sport. And this is one other thing that I can add to the list of why Stephen Ross should not be the owner of this football team. He shouldn't be. This man has made every decision wrong at every turn. Now, we could take this offseason and say that he's done a good job, but we haven't seen that translate on the field yet, and we won't till this coming up football season. But what I will say is, since his time as owner, there has been nothing short of an embarrassment to be a fan of this football team, to watch this team on a day in, day out basis. Now, do I think that we're in a good position? Do I think that we can move past this? Of course I do. I think 100% can. Do I think that this fine is something that Stephen Ross is hurt by? I think his pride, maybe, right? Like 1.5 is nothing to him. We have 2 first-round draft picks. They said they're going to take ours away, and if we predict that we're going to make the playoffs, that's going to be a late first-round draft pick. We still have a second, and we still have another. We have San Francisco's first. So, look, I'll just say that Stephen Ross has done has done everything under the sun to embarrass this franchise as the owner, and it's sad to me that this is the route that it took, and this sucks. Is honestly what it does, because it hurts. You know, the first round and the third round hurts us. It hurts our chances of getting what we want in the future and where we want to move. It hurts that insurance of if Tua doesn't work out. There's so many other things that we have to realize to this. Do I think that in a day or two this will die down? Hopefully, yeah, I think it will. But I have to admit, my first reaction to this right now is I'm just mad. I'm mad at Stephen Ross. I'm mad at him for putting us in this position.
You mad at Flores?
Am I mad at Flores?
I am.
No, I can't be.
I think he played a part in it. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Here's what I think about Flores. Flores is a man of principle and went about it every which way to Sunday correctly. He never went out into the media.
Well,
he never.
No, he did though.
No.
Because Steven, check it out. They said it in that report.
No,
they said in the
Flores is
report
a snake.
that Flores went up the chain of command with it, and the chain of command handled it, and there was no more discussions about it.
Correct.
And then, so that's it. It worked. He did what he
Flores
reported. He
set
did
it
his
up.
thing. And then in his lawsuit, he wanted to add that little tail end there about the Dolphins because he was butthurt that he got fired.
And I'll address
He
that.
set it up.
All right, so Steven, stop it. Would you still feel this way if we would have gotten Brady or Peyton, to be honest with yourself?
Right.
If we would have gotten Peyton or Brady, yes, I'd be happy about it. And so here's my thing, okay? Good, bad, or indifferent, okay? The Miami Dolphins went about this the wrong way, okay? You can say there's going to be two sides to the coin here, okay? There's going to be the coin of integrity and morals, and there's going to be the side of winning football games and what's the best thing to do for your franchise. What I will say is, to our franchise detriment, I don't necessarily agree or disagree with what he wanted to do. Now, how he went about it, he just sucks. He just can't do it right. He did not use that's my problem with Flores.
He had a rat. He had a rat. That's all that was. He had a rat on the team.
It's not. Flores is not a rat. Flores just
How was that not a rat?
He's a rat.
He's not a rat.
He got fired.
So, Steven, I was in the Navy, right? So if I brought up an issue with my workplace,
he's a snitch. He's a snitch. He's not a rat. He's not a
but
rat.
Steven, if you bring up an issue with your
That's a snitch.
workplace and your workplace addresses it and handles it, and they did the right thing,
So
why bring it up again?
Okay, so fair question. Here's what happened.
He was part of it.
Hold on. A part of what?
And
According to
technically,
the thing,
if they really want to make this,
he wasn't a part of anything that was negative here. He didn't snitch.
He said
fired.
he got break. He okay.
When he got fired, he
Okay.
decided to tell the world, "Hey,
He put it in a
look,
lawsuit.
This is the stuff that's going on, and I don't want to let this affect the game negatively." I don't have he's a man of principle. As far as I'm concerned.
so the guy coming from the cheating
It started in
Patriots
20.
now has an issue.
It started in 20. It started in 2019. We heard nothing about it until 2022 when he got fired.
Mm-hmm.
And why did they fire him? Because he was not abiding by the rules on what they wanted to do. And basically,
So he's a victim? Is that what you're saying?
Exactly. So
You're saying he's a victim?
He felt like he got fired.
I think he's.
my
I think he's a. Look,
Come
here's
on,
the reality of the
Steven, bro.
situation. You guys can say that all you want. Now, do I think that Stephen? Now, let me throw this on y'all's heads too. Okay, I don't think that Stephen Ross is. I think it happens all the time in the NFL. I think the problem with Stephen Ross is he got caught. and he doesn't know how to. He's not good at doing this, and so that's what makes him a crappy owner. I don't think
wouldn't say he's not good.
I think it's an is Roger Goodell right in his statement that there's never been what did he say? There's been no prior instance of a team violating the prohibition on tampering with both the head coach and star player. Do I think that? I think that's happened a million times in the NFL. But the issue is Stephen Ross got caught. Stephen
So
Ross,
that makes him a bad. It makes him a bad owner because he got caught.
It makes him a crappy owner.
It makes him a crappy owner because he got caught. So attempting doesn't make him a crappy owner. The fact that he got caught makes him crappy.
But Flo
I'm
is
with Rashad on this one.
Flo's not a snitch. Flo's not a snitch.
How is that not snitching?
That's exactly what a snitch is,
Steven, if you bring up an issue and
if you turn yourself
if
in
Flores
and throw
went up the
everybody
right
under
chain of
bus
command,
with you are a
He
snitch.
did. He wrote a letter to. It clearly says he wrote a letter to upper management.
So
it
what
was
you-
addressed
yeah.
at that time
Yeah.
when they got let go. It was. I think there were some other things, and basically was saying.
Did the team not handle his write up and address it and make it stop? Did they not do that?
Listen, hold
They
on, wait,
did.
wait, wait,
It
wait.
says it in that same thing you just read. It said that.
He did. He
Then-
said nothing about it until he
Years
got
go
let
by,
He's a
and then he gets
snitch.
fired, and he has this in his pocket, like, "Oh, I'm going to get him. If they let me go, I'm going to get him." And that's what he
That's
did.
exactly what that is.
How
If
is that not
I'm
what he
withholding information until the day I'm gone, and then the day I'm gone, I tell everything. First, it was a race thing. He wanted me to tank because I was black.
And they said the whole tanking thing was bull crap too. There's nothing that proved that.
Add that we were illegally tampering.
I'm not saying that Flores is a snitch.
I was
I'm
asked
not
to set up a meeting, and I did.
Mark, I
and
can't
it
let
happened
you out
this
here.
day on a boat.
So then now let's go about let's talk about the other part where he said he got offered the money. That was proven not to be true. So if that's proven not to be true, then did he just lie about it?
Yes, that's exactly what it was.
So therefore, anything he says now, I don't want to hear nothing.
Can I speak on this real quick?
Go ahead.
Embarrassing, bro.
Because I don't appreciate these two guys if you're saying the stuff they're saying.
You don't appreciate it? Like
No, because let me say this. What's the difference when a woman says she get R word? She waited 5 years later till this guy got rich. And now she wants to say something now. What's the difference?
That's the same thing to me.
The difference is
I'm gonna keep it real with you.
the difference is Flores went up his chain of command and reported it,
You
and the
didn't get what
Dolphins
you
handled
want.
it. That's the difference.
You didn't get what you want, so now you want to tell.
Yeah, no, but what I don't like is that man
You tried
was
to
cool.
extort somebody.
No, that man was crucified and called a liar. Now you think he's a liar now?
Cap, you have a lot of echo. Cap, you have a lot of echo.
The
Cap.
whole point of the
He did
whole
lie.
point of this, the whole point of this coming out, he was.
What about
telling
now?
the truth.
You hear me now?
Yeah, it's better now.
He was telling the truth, man.
Yeah, no,
If
that's
this
what I'm
guy
saying.
said
You
that,
guys
he was telling the truth.
crucified him before, called him a liar, made him out to look bad, and now all of a sudden,
Who said he
Now
was a
what?
liar?
Brian
Who said he was a liar?
I said he lied.
Rashad, you know damn
He
well
lied
that
about
you
the whole
made
pay
that
to
man
the
look
pay
like
to
a
fail.
liar.
Okay,
No.
I'm gonna put y'all on mute for a second. I'm gonna put y'all on mute for a second. I'm gonna put y'all on mute for a second. Flores, there was a lot of things going on in the media that were outing him as a bad person or bad whatever. So Flores had two options. I can either allow to take this from the media, okay, or I can choose to give my narrative on what happened here and what I believe happened here. Now, you can say, okay, he played the race card. That's fine. I personally believe in two things. I think that to his view, good, bad, or indifferent, that if he believes that if he was a white head coach, he would have been treated differently in this scenario. You could choose to believe that, or you could choose not to believe that. And you know what? I'm not questioning a man's, like, if that's how he felt about it, that's how he felt about it. Okay? I'm not going to question him on that. I'm just not going to do it. It's not for me to do it. Okay? Now, what I will also say to this scenario is that he did go about it every which way to Sunday the right way when he was employed by the team. The moment the team wanted to make a turn left and he was hearing these things from the media, he had to cover himself for future employment at other places. And that's what he chose to do. And by the way, he didn't go straight to the media. He filed a law deposition in a court.
3 years ago, I think. No, or was it 2 years ago?
He chose to file a deposition in a court at that point. At that point, I don't understand what you want from this man. The man has done nothing wrong in any way, shape, or form, in my opinion. He went about it the right way. He did everything according to his morals and his beliefs, and that's how I truly feel about him. Now, do I think he was a good head coach? I think he had some things he needed to work on. I do think there were some things there that we could talk about the football side stuff later. Now, according to what just happened and what's transpired here, I also, in the same breath of me saying this about Flores, will also say, you know what? I think that Stephen Ross didn't do anything wrong than what any other head coach than what certain other head coaches have done in the NFL in the past. But the difference between those head coaches and Stephen Ross in no way, shape, or form knew how to go about it correctly and effed himself over when it was all said and done. And got caught with his hand in his cookie jar, didn't bring in the right people, never had the right people in place to be able to execute the things he wanted to execute, and had too many people in the hen house making these moves. So when you have 4 different people between Chris Grier, Beal, and him, and you're talking to Sean Payton, and it's not like it's one-on-one and, hey, I know between you and I, this is going to stay between us. We got other people in here. And by the way, not one of them was Flores at that point, by the way, just so y'all know. And we were cleared for tanking only because Flores chose not to tank, not for any other reason than that. Flores easily could have tanked based on what his owner wanted, decided not to.
No, the article said different. It did say different. It said it was in jest. Did it not say that?
Bro, and that's fine. I'm telling you right now, if he wanted to tank, he wouldn't have been hurt for it from his owner. Ross would have been all for it because that's what Ross wanted. So I'm going to say this. Flores is a man of integrity. He should be commended for what he did. And I have to give Flores his props. That's how I personally think about it.
And I personally disagree 100%.
And that's fine. You guys can choose to do that. And I'm sure. But I will also see Stephen Ross as somebody who every step of the way has embarrassed this franchise. Embarrassed this franchise. That's all I have to say about that.
Man. Like for example,
no, I wanted to hear. Was it Q? Who? Somebody came in and they left while you were talking, right?
Yeah.
No, I think
it was me.
No. There was somebody who started talking, and they said they had an issue with me and Rashad, I think.
Oh, it was me.
Oh yeah, that was somebody.
Oh, it was Q. It was Q. Okay. I just want to make sure you got to say what you wanted to say.
Now I just feel as though Steven just said how I feel, but at the same time, you gotta look at Stephen Ross' track record. He does the same thing over and over. It started with when Bill Parcells came to this team. Bill Parcells ruined our franchise.
Mm-hmm.
He set us back 15 years. Think about it, man. He ruined the franchise, bro.
I mean,
that wasn't my issue. I don't really care about Stephen Ross.
First year.
I'm just irritated that Brian Flores brought the Dolphins into the lawsuit. Is what I'm irritated about.
Here's what I'm gonna say, Rashad. Good, bad, or indifferent, bro. The conversation right now is about Flores and Ross with this, and what I see from this particular, statement, this particular, deposition that has come out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't see that Ross. I don't see that Flores did anything wrong. I think he went about it every which way to Sunday the correct way. The only way that you can say Ross was wrong is that he wasn't on board with, or that the only way that you can say Flores was wrong is that he wasn't on board with Ross. And then you can't get mad if his integrity was to win football games. How can you get mad at a man for that?
Steven, if you file a complaint at work with your HR, right, and they handle the complaint in house, and you're satisfied, did you stay on for another year?
Yeah, but
and then you get fired later, and now you're going to go back and claim that you were plotted against and all this stuff, but they handled it.
If I file an NDA
and went about it the right way, you don't have to like it, but you got to respect it.
And then the other half was found out he was lying about the $500. That was never offered.
I respect it.
The 500 was never offered.
I hear you, Steven. Can I say something though about Ross?
Or 100 grand, whatever.
About Ross?
How do you feel about Ross?
I hate to be the one to say this, but this league is not fair. I'm glad to know that my owner is doing and willing to do whatever it takes to even this playing field. I understand what you say. I understand what you say. He sucks at it. He's not good at it. But I'm glad to know he's
I want to say for the record that I have never said I have been against or held up what Ross's actions are done. Like, I'm not saying that I agree or disagree with it because I'm indifferent on it. I just want to win. And I also understand what other teams do behind closed doors. And what I will say, according to this report that has just come out, I don't think the Dolphins did anything different than other teams have done in the past in the NFL. The issue was we got caught with it. And again, the person with his hand on the trigger is Ross. And it's embarrassing.
We need to clarify. Only got caught for tampering. Only for
Mr.
tampering.
Kraft, Al Davis,
Now,
Jerry Jones.
Steven, do you agree with this? If they want to prevent this from happening in the future, if players are found, if players and agents are in the communication willingly, they should be fined and suspended too.
Yeah, they definitely. Yes.
So Brady should be suspended as well because he
should be
engaged
suspended.
in these conversations. He knew the rules.
So who has a longer suspension, Watson or Stephen Ross?
By the way, Roach, here's my problem with your statement. Good, bad, or indifferent, whether I agree with that or not.
Watson wasn't even fine, was he?
Now pointing the finger outward. We need to point the finger at us. This is our fault.
My point is for the future, the NFL as a whole, it should be all parties involved in the tampering.
The conversation is right now. The conversation is about the Miami Dolphins, Stephen Ross, and Brian Flores.
Okay.
Look at Stephen Ross's
that not part
track
of the
record.
problem?
Look at Brian
Brady not
Flores' track record. Look at Stephen Ross's track record compared to Brian Flores. Let's be real. Like, I'm a Dolphin fan, but come on. You got caught with the cookie jar and handed the cookie jar too many times.
Yeah,
let's be real.
You know what I see?
He didn't get caught every which way to Sunday. So I
wait.
He got caught with Sperano.
He got caught with Sperano. Why didn't Flores tell on Bill Belichick?
You know how I've said
that's a good question.
You know how I've said in the past two things can be true, right? Ross, by the way, Ross has built a beautiful stadium with non-taxpayer money. Ross has given the fans, in my opinion, he tries to cater to the fan experience. He does what he can when he hears a complaint. I think Garfinkel and him they try to do a very good job with that. It's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination.
But Steven, let's not forget, Steven, he made a attempt for the taxpayers to first pay for that upgrade. Let's not get it twisted.
And they said no.
Okay.
And they said no.
He still came.
He still came through.
I'm okay with it. Okay. What I want to state for the record, though, is that he has not produced a winning football team on the field that has been a playoff or Super Bowl contender since he has owned this team. And since he has owned this team, there has been Bullygate. There's been none of those things that he has done personally, but these people are still getting into the building and, fool me once, shame on you, fool me twice, can't be fooled again. This man has been fooled multiple times, bro. Multiple times. And if the definition of insanity is doing the same thing, expecting different results. And bro, this man has straight up embarrassed this football team for a very long time. Very long time. Paulie, welcome to the show, man.
What's going on, man? So what pick do we lose? Do we lose our pick?
We lose our pick.
We lose
our pick, Paulie. We lose our pick.
We lose our pick. Okay.
Yep.
So does that really give Tua some favor? So if Tua messes up this year, the whole thing was the two picks would actually help
get us
draft
another
a
quarterback.
So now one pick left.
So now we're leaning on Tua. Losing a pick does not.
Paulie, that means we're SOL. That means we're SOL, Paulie. We got to play with what we got, bro, and that's reality.
I don't agree with that. What I think that I don't think it has any bearing on how we move forward in the future. That's what I truly think. Truly think that. I don't think it has any bearing on the future of this in the future. I think that
you guys still think that Cleveland paid a hefty price for that suspension? You think 6 games is worth at least 4 years of competing in the AFC compared to our situation? We got no draft capital. Everybody wanted that draft capital. Now we have no capital.
We still have
it's Super Bowl or bust. Super Bowl or bust, or he's selling the team, and you know it.
He better not sell this team.
I mean, look, here's this offseason has been a very fun offseason for the most part, minus the off the field stuff, right? Like I felt I do feel like for the first time in a very long time, I felt like the owner put this, signed the blank checks, went with one person's philosophy and said, let's go all in on this, right? I don't think he's done that in the past. So I'm not gonna discount what he's done this last 2.5 months, but the last 2.5 months do not negate the last 10 plus years of owning this football team, and he has done a very bad job at this. Very bad. His track record has been bad, y'all. His track record's been bad.
So does that mean
we've seen worse?
Hey, I got a question.
Worse.
Does that mean
we've seen worse?
So when we lose our pick, everybody else shifts up, right?
We've seen multiple owners with we've seen multiple owners with sex workers. We've seen an owner doing coke.
We're not talking about anybody else. Why are we? So this is again the problem.
Because he's not the worst owner.
I'm not saying he's not. I'm
Steven,
just telling you he's a bad one.
It sounds like you just
it's not bad to me.
You're trying to block out all outside stuff, so we agree with you. How it comes off.
To be like, so here's the problem.
Trying to make you have a
I like it.
No, hold on. Q, I'll let you go after me. Here's the problem with those statements, Roach. When I come out and say, when somebody makes a blanket statement and says, well, go look at Robert Kraft and what he's done, or go look at Daniel Snyder and what he's done. The problem is then we're not focusing on our own selves, which we clearly effed up in multiple situations here. So we want to look at everything.
But you just said you don't care that he did it.
Worst? Okay, we're not as bad as Daniel Snyder. Stephen Ross isn't as bad as Daniel Snyder. Stephen Ross isn't as bad as Woody Johnson.
Jerry Jones.
But didn't you just say you don't care that he did it? You just care that he got caught.
I care that
he doesn't
put people in positions to make this team successful. Now, the last 2.5 months, I do think he's done that. But again, the last 2.5 months do not negate the last 10 plus years. And we want to erase 10 years worth of problems, including this, to that. That to me, that doesn't make sense.
Here's the truth.
I'm not too worried about
If we were
this.
never thrown into that last little paragraph of this lawsuit, none of this would have happened.
And that is what Flores didn't come out with his lawsuit.
We shouldn't even been on that. His lawsuit was against 2 other organizations for discriminating against him.
Bro, it doesn't.
And then he just threw us in for a little bit on top.
Oh, bro, like that doesn't matter.
How is that wrong? It's what happened.
He's still effed up.
Can I interject with that?
He effed up, but
because somebody who, by the way, he went about it the right way. I want to
I like it, bro. I like it.
He went to a court and filed a lawsuit.
Why he didn't do it again?
But what did the lawsuit find? That he actually went through the channels of the team and the team handled it. So then why bring it up again?
Why did he not tell?
Why keep bringing it up if it got handled?
Because why not? Released today. It's not good. The story's not going to go away for at least 24 to 48 hours at minimum.
He was there doing all that stuff with the New England Patriots. Why not say nothing?
Because he wasn't fired. Because he got a promotion.
That makes a lot of sense.
And you guys are acting like he's this saint of a person.
Rashad, Roach, I love you guys, but I really do not like when y'all point the finger at another team and say, "Oh, look at what they did."
We're talking about Flores.
Yes, we're talking about the guy who was on the team when they got caught cheating and didn't do nothing.
Can I say this? When he was on the team, he had no power. When he was the head coach for the Dolphins, he had the power. Right? Am I right? Right.
What does that mean?
And he was a good coach, right? They might not
Debatable.
like his style of coaching. Yes. How he was a hard behind.
I don't know how I'm wrong, by the way. I think this is my opinion.
I'm not saying
we both agree on the Stephen Ross. I'm just mad. My only issue is that it's like if you go to your mom and your mom handles you, right? And then now your dad comes and punishes you, right? And then your mom's gonna be like, I already got him. Why are you getting onto him? Right? So when Flores goes up the chain and files complaints within the Dolphins organization, they squash it, handle it, say, hey, it was a joke. We weren't even serious about it. Don't worry about it. Then you get fired. Now you're knowing that, you go and place the lawsuit.
Oh my
Why? And then when you go back and they do the investigation, they say all that in the write-up that they found.
It sounds like you're saying we're wrong, Stephen. That's what it sounds like. I'm not saying you're wrong. You're entitled to your opinion, but I like the fact that
here's my problem. Here's my problem with y'all. Then, okay. When you take a man like Brian Flores, who, in my opinion, did everything the right way. He went about it the right way. He said what he needed to say. He didn't like the way things were going about. The moment his integrity as a man and as a coach was being questioned after he got fired, he's like, I'm not going to go to the media. I'm not going to go on some person's podcast at that point. I'm going to go straight and file a lawsuit deposition and allow the legal process to pay out. And if people want to then address the situation, I'll address it as I see fit. Okay. Now, at that point, after and I have no problem with any of those situations. Okay. I think he went about it all the right way. Now, if we want to sit here and say, well, Flores, if he just shut his mouth, we never would have been in this situation. We were still wrong. Ross was still wrong. Now, do I think that Ross is a bad guy for doing what he's doing? No, he wants my football team to win football games. And again, I'll state for the record, I don't believe he didn't do anything different than what hasn't been. I'm sure it's been done on countless occasions in the history of the NFL. He is just the first person to get caught with it. That is
Steven,
all.
what you're not being clear about with what you're saying is you're making it sound like Stephen Ross was found guilty of all the accusations. He was only found guilty of tampering, which Flores wasn't even involved in those conversations besides being invited to a boat. He was not.
Flores, and not so many words. What did it say? In not so many words. It was never it basically said, hey, look, the message was sent clear to him. We want you to lose. When Flores said, no, I don't want to lose, he then covered his butt by making an email to upper management stating, hey, look, this is not how I want to win. I want to win football games. I want to be competitive. I am not going to be on board with losing.
And what was the response?
Is that what you got from that?
That's exactly what it said.
And what was the response, Stephen? What was the response to his email?
No.
What was the response to his email?
That we at that point, it's all on paper. And so the Dolphins covered themselves basically saying, hey, look, we don't want you to lose. If we want you to win football games. That's why you're here.
So you're saying the Dolphins are liars and Brian Flores is telling the truth is what you believe.
Yes, 100%.
But the investigation says that Brian Flores that Brian Flores is the liar. These investigators.
Brian Flores says, I have
here at all.
Brian
Yes, it was. It says he was not offered money to lose games. It says we did not purposely lose any games, which is what he accused us of.
It said in 2019, the Miami Dolphins did not purposely lose games.
One such comment is a claimed offer by Mr. Ross to pay Coach Flores to lose games, as to which we are differing recollections about the wording. So that is basically saying that one side has one view of it and the other side has another view of it. And
what did the NFL say?
Two sides have two sides.
Can I finish the statement? It's saying as to which there are differing recollections about the wording, timing, and context. However phrased, though, such a comment was not intended or taken to be serious offer, nor was the subject pursued in any respect by Mr. Ross or anyone else on the club. Basically, there was probably a joke made that was probably, hey, man, if you lose, I'll pay you an extra $100,000. And that was all that was said to it, right? There was nothing else.
You don't know that it said that, Stephen.
But there's two sides to it. We know that it was said. We just have two different ways of.
We don't know that was said.
It says as to which there are differing recollections about
the
wording, timing, and context. There was something alluding to it there. Am I going crazy or
my whole point is the investigation found there was no credit to that though.
It's in the report.
There's no credit, but they're saying the Miami Dolphins didn't do anything wrong by saying that. Is what they're saying.
It says, however phrased, such a comment was not intended.
Were they fined for it or penalized for it? No. They're only penalized for tampering. That's it. That's the only thing that they're in trouble for.
I can't believe
if Flores had proof,
This is
that
sad.
he claimed that he says he was offered $100,000 for every loss. If he had that proof, the NFL would have been quick to strike Stephen Ross.
Rashad, I'm gonna say this one more time, and then I'm gonna be done with it. Okay. One such comment is a claimed offer. Okay. This is by Mr. Ross to pay Coach Flores $100,000 to lose games, as to which there are differing recollections about the wording, timing, and context. That basically means there was some sort of phrase or something said between the two parties that Mr. Ross's side said, well, this is what I meant, or this is what the context was in one thing, and Brian Flores, this is what it was said in another. It's not saying that one side said that it was never said. They just said the wording, timing, and context.
The wording, timing, and context. Okay, gotcha.
Listen to me, Rashad.
I said I got you.
It's basically saying that I chose to interpret this one way, the other party chose to interpret it the other way. However phrased, to finish it up, said such a comment was not intended or taken to be a serious offer, nor was the subject pursued in any further or in any respect by Mr. Ross or anyone else at the club. It basically means that the comment was made, and Flores probably felt, yeah, you can joke all you say, it was a joke all you want. You were dead serious about that comment, and Flores and Ross is like, it was just a joke. I was just, it was just like, what do you want?
And the NFL sided with Ross, right?
No,
That's my point.
Said in no uncertain terms that there's two sides to this, and there's no way to further say that one person is right and one person is the.
So who won? Did they get charged with anything? Did they get fined? They didn't.
There was. Bro.
I'm siding with the people who are trying to make our team better, not with the guy who's trying to bring our team down.
I'm not saying I don't think that Flores.
Right now, you're siding with the guy who's trying to bring the team down. Bro.
As a court of public opinion, we do not look good. I don't want to be biased whatsoever. It's about right and wrong.
It does not look good.
Thank you.
It does not look good.
It does not. It does not look good. But I'm happy to know that we out there trying.
Yep.
Because if we're out there playing
we
the game,
try hard enough. If you're gonna screw up, you might as well screw up all the way.
We tried to get Sean Payton and Brady. Are you crazy?
I don't know if I agree with you 100%, but I don't have a problem if you feel like that. I want our owner to do everything in their power for us to be successful in the context that I think every other team that other teams have done in the past.
Right.
Okay. I think other teams have done this in the past. I just think they haven't gotten caught.
Right.
So that makes Ross a crappy owner. Doesn't make him a bad person.
I wouldn't say a crappy owner. But there's some crappy owners out there. I wouldn't say that he's one.
I'm not saying he's a bad person. I'm saying he's a crappy owner.
No, I get what you're saying. I'm saying he's not a crappy. He got caught.
To me, it's only
people get caught.
It's only one.
Some of the best owners get caught.
In the NFL.
I'm not upset about it.
Opinion. There's only two teams that really cheat in the NFL. And one team sucks. And that's the Cowboys and the Patriots.
Team that gets caught a lot cheating in the NFL, and that's the Patriots.
And they're one of the best. They're one of the best teams in the league.
And bro, like,
and who was the common denominator between the two teams?
Oh, better.
All right. So moving forward, looking forward, what do we do now if this season does not go to the way we planned? Like,
we never tell Brian Flores a secret again.
We lean on San Francisco pick. That's what we do.
So we're back to square one.
Yep.
We're going to tamper with them. We tamper with Lamar Jackson.
For the record, I don't think that we're going to have a bad season. I think we're going to have a very good season. I think we're going to win a playoff game, if not two. I think we're going to be very successful this year. I'm very high on this year. Just want that for the record, okay? So nobody thinks otherwise. I think that's where we're headed. But this thing here, this is not a good look for us. This is embarrassing. And this is not the first time this has happened under Ross from the standpoint of embarrassing the team that he owns. We have been embarrassed multiple times as a fan base. I'm over it. I don't like this. Sucks. All I want to talk about is on the field stuff. And it sucks because the next couple of days, that's what the conversation is going to be about. This. It's not going to be about how great do you think we're going to talk about what happened at training camp today? No.
That's a good point.
Today, bro.
That's a great point.
Talking about this today. All right, hold on 1 second, guys. Let me put everybody on mute real quick. Let me bring on my man TD Fins Talk. TD, what's up, man?
Man, I'm about to go find Ross' house, man.
I'm about to go find that yacht and do something to it.
All right, TD, tell me exactly how you feel about what transpired in the last 30 minutes.
You know what? To sum it up, I know this is going to sound weird, but I'm genuinely saying this. To sum up the last 30 minutes, let's go to it.
Because you just left training camp. You're high right now. You're on a high.
He's more important than anything now.
He is. But from the standpoint of what, have you read everything?
Yeah, I've seen everything. And remember this, Dolphin fan, I've been trying to sit here and tell y'all this from the beginning what was going to happen. This is why I was saying forget them picks. We ain't going to have them anyway. And all these people got mad at me. You don't know that. Ain't nothing going to happen. You don't know nothing. Told y'all, and this ain't the end of it. That was just the tampering investigation. This ain't got nothing to do with the $100,000 per game and all of that.
No, it wasn't there.
Yes, it does. Yes, it does. Yes, it does.
They said that they didn't find, they couldn't find nothing.
No. It is a lawsuit. That's it. Whenever it's all said and done, and they go to court.
TD, it's involved.
You didn't read the NFL investigation thing that just came out in the last 15 to 20 minutes.
So hold on.
TD dropped off.
Dead zone.
I didn't kick off TD. Okay.
T-Mobile, bro. Freaking T-Mobile.
Triple S podcast says y'all mad at Flo than Ross. Embarrassing. I don't know what happened with TD there.
I'm hot.
I actually have a meeting at 1:00 that I have to go to.
Oh, that's cool.
Do you want to take over for 20 minutes, Roach? Because it's only gonna be about 15-20 minutes long.
Roach, do it, Roach.
Not
do
really.
It.
I actually clock in to work in 15
I still got
minutes,
schoolwork, man.
Well, I'm working
my
right
school
now,
started back
honestly.
up.
This is unprecedented news, and you guys want to go to a Zoom meeting.
Meeting at 1:00. I have to take. I cannot say F it.
Just start up another show after your meeting.
Rashad, take over, Rashad.
I got work in 14 minutes.
What the hell's going on here with work?
14 minutes.
I might do that.
Yeah, I got to go back too. I'm on lunch break.
Steve, I know, right? Like but my meeting's only supposed to be about 20 or 30 minutes. So what I do is take this meeting and then after the meeting, start up a new stream because this is
crazy, man. This is nuts.
This needs to be talked about. It needs to be talked about in lengthy discussion.
And anything else that comes from the lawsuit, the NFL's done with their investigation. So anything that comes from the lawsuit, that's different. That's
irrelevant. This was the. By the way, I have to admit, I'm very happy with how the investigation went. It went quietly, and they This sucks that they did it today. Yeah, but there was never going to be good timing for it. You know. Yeah. That's crazy though. The Juan Soto trade and this investigation releasing within 5 minutes of each other.
Juan Soto got traded?
Yeah, he did.
I don't even know who that is.
He's the best player in Major League. Arguably,
Tatis is the best player, and he just joined this team.
We could say Shohei Ohtani or Mike Trout is, or Aaron Judge, but Juan Soto's up there. It wasn't an independent investigation. It was saying that. What does it say? That the 6-month investigation led by U.S. Attorney and SEC Chair Mary Jo White and a team of lawyers from a law firm. That's who it was done by. All right, TD's back. What's up, TD?
All right, my bad. I had got a phone call and it cuts me out of StreamYards when I do. Listen, before y'all cut me off and try to tell me the NFL said there wasn't none, listen to me, okay? The NFL said that there was no cheating. The NFL don't want to be known for cheating because they're trying to be regulated by the government for sports betting. Mm-hmm. But that is not going to stop Flores' legal team from finishing their lawsuit. And when they go through court and when there's discovery in court and when they find out if there is real evidence of that, then the NFL will have to deal with it then. I'm not talking about what the NFL concluded. Nobody cares what the NFL concluded.
But that's all that affects the team.
It affected us. We care. But what I will say, what I think you
are No. What I'm saying is if Flores and them go to court and the judge find that for any reason or any evidence that they did offer him money to tank games,
That goes
then
against the
there's going to be.
NFL, right?
So you're thinking they're going to reopen it?
Time out. This
Yeah,
is
this
what
is not a
What's
judicial ruling.
going to happen is this.
This is a league ruling.
What's going to happen is this. People are going to call for the NFL to release their investigation of the cheating portion. And when they find that they didn't even do their due diligence, if that comes out that way, they're going to have to address it.
So this is what I will say to you. I think you're partially right that if anything new comes out in discovery that hasn't been previously seen by the U.S. Attorney and SEC, former U.S. Attorney and SEC Chair by Mary Jo White, then yes, there could be further.
Yeah, and it may be nothing. It may be nothing.
I think that there's nothing. But to your
again, that's why all I did is said this ain't over. They still got to do all of that.
You're right. And to your second point, TD, if there is something that does come out that has not been like already done, then yes, I could see where they're like, well, you need to show us the entire, not just this 2-page expose and little paragraphs. We need to see everything that you've seen.
Yeah, because the reason why you can't trust the NFL right now, because they cannot afford for this to actually be correct, because they are trying to be federally regulated for gambling.
I know, 100%. Yep.
This would be the biggest knock on the league ever. And this is the one that's going to bring them the big bucks when they're once they're federally regulated for the sports betting. It's over. Ain't nothing stopping the NFL. They're going to make more money.
I can tell you right now that the NFL and Roger Goodell is pissed off something furious at Stephen Ross. They want Stephen Ross gone. They want Bradley Beal gone.
Bro, they gave this man a slap on the hand, a slap on the wrist.
I know, but trust me, behind closed doors, they're pissed, bro.
No. The fans should be messed up. We're the ones who got punished.
Well, according to the fans that I have talked to here, everybody's more mad at Flores than Stephen Ross.
Which is crazy. At the end
I'm not mad at Flores.
I agree with that.
I'm mad at Flores.
I respect Ross.
How about you go to work? How about you go to work, and then it's the same concept of you go to work, and then right when you think your career taking off, they ready to bring your replacement in. Sean Payton, they ready to replace you, just like the Mark Jackson, Steve Kerr situation.
I disagree with you, TD, but my blood pressure just came back down, so I'm trying to keep it down.
All I'm saying is, if y'all was in Flores' shoes, some of y'all would have did the same thing. It's just you not in their shoes, and you looking out for the best interest of the Dolphins. But if you were Brian Flores, you ain't finna go out when they use you like that.
I'm not mad at Flores.
If Stephen Ross doesn't appeal, that's all I need to know. That says everything.
This is exactly what I said, bro. TD, this is exactly what I said. I said, hold on, Rashad. This is exactly what I said, TD. I said, if Brian Flores felt that if he was a white coach, he would have been treated differently, who the heck am I to I can't question that. That's how he feels about it. And then the second thing is, when it comes to a standpoint of how he handled the situation, he went about it according to this. He did the letter of the law. He wrote an email to upper management. Upper management addressed it. And when they parted ways, he was in a boat where, hey, my job, my future job selections are being questioned because of rumors or false narratives. So I have two choices. I have three choices. I can shut up and allow this to occur, which is not the right thing to do. In my
I can
opinion.
defend myself.
The second
But
way,
you don't know they're false.
hold on, I can choose to go to the media and allow it to air it there, which is not going to be a good thing, because then it's a he said, she said thing. Or I can choose to file a lawsuit in court, which is what he did. And then from there, things will be made public. And then he went about it the right way on every standpoint. I don't understand how you guys can get mad at him. I'm sorry. I just don't understand how
All I know is if you try to tarnish my name, you become public enemy number one. That's it. If you try to tarnish my name,
I'm not mad at
This is what it comes.
Let me be clear.
This is what it comes down to. It's just like the Watson situation. What Watson did, you don't like. But as a football fan, give me Watson. You see what I mean? So as a Dolphins fan, I hate what Flores did. But as a man with the letter of the law, he did what he had to do, and I respect that.
Give me Ross.
So I guess my only issue, TD,
Not bad
is
at
that
Flores.
when he
But I
went
love
up
what
and
Ross
wrote
did.
the email or filed his complaint with the front office of the Dolphins, right? In 2018, I think it was, right? Was it 2018? And then then they handled it, and then the report said that they came back and said, no, he wasn't being serious when he said that. Don't misconstrue it. We want to win. We want to do that, right? That's what the report said.
Yeah, that's them. That's their side of it.
Right. And so at that point, the report also says that there was no further communications about this. And then
whose report said that?
The one they just released.
I gotta send this to you.
The NFL.
From the NFL.
But Brian Flores basically outlined different events that played on it. It's like this. It's like going to work. You get reprimanded today, right?
Yep.
Basically, your boss is harassing you, right?
Mm-hmm.
You reported to HR.
Mm-hmm.
They don't harass you anymore, but they're extra stickler about all the rules, but not with everybody else. They're basically backdooring you in every way they possibly can. They're already that's basically what it is. They're doing indirect harassment things. At the end of the day, all you need to know is they were planning to replace him regardless.
Right. But I just don't want to. I don't like saying
their
that.
relationship had already soured.
I don't want to say they were independent harassing him because we can't prove that either way. You know,
what some of y'all aren't realizing is that some of those people in the building were cooperating with this investigation.
Well, they said
these are from witness
that
statements.
just came out at the beginning. It says the Miami Dolphins and upper management cooperated fully with this investigation.
Yes, but again, Steven,
so
when it comes down to Steven, okay, you just and we know you're not, but you just took somebody's life, right?
Okay.
But we don't have film, we ain't got the murder weapon, we ain't got nothing. Okay? Now we up in court. I'm trying to tell you, listen, he took this person's life. Like we all know, but at the same token, aren't you gonna defend yourself to the death? Are you gonna concede when it's a he say, she say? So it don't matter what investigation you do, it was going to come out that they said this, he said that. The NFL, at the end of the day, their investigation is just simply taking a side. There ain't no evidence to be found.
I just don't feel
just taking a side. That's
I
why
think if his morals.
That's why I said you got to wait till this lawsuit play out in court and see what the court decides. Because the NFL is always going to look to their favor when it's a he say, she say.
But if he never got fired, he would have never brought this up.
I got to end this because
that is your opinion.
Yeah, it is.
Okay.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But we don't know that.
Roach, do you want to keep it going or do you want me to start a new one?
I gotta go to school.
Okay.
Hey, I gotta tell you, I'm taking the fam to lunch, man. I gotta roll, bro.
Where y'all going?
I'm gonna get guys take a 30-minute break. I will restart a new stream in about 30 to 45 minutes.
Hey, go to Famous Egg Roll, TD.
Okay.
I'll catch y'all on a later time, man.
All right, man. I'll be listening to
I love
Steven.
you, brother. Be good, TD.
All right, y'all.
I'll be listening, but I won't be on.
I love Cap for Life, Rashad Q. Thank you for coming on. And Roach, I'm sorry we didn't get to do final thoughts of the day. Roach, I love you, brother. And I'm going to be on a little bit later, but we'll definitely be on. Tomorrow's going to be Wilding Out Wednesday. It's going to be crazy.
I thought today was Wednesday.
Wait about 30 minutes, guys, 45 minutes, and I'll start another stream here because I think this is something that people just want to talk about today. And I think it'd be, So 45 minutes, 30 minutes. I'll start a new stream. Be on the lookout for it. Go take a break. Go eat something. Let's get ready to go. Miami Sports Music's #1 Miami fan morning show, Clock Blockers. Let's go.